aboard the KGB. Dave Shelley and Chainsaw with you. It's Friday morning, so that's good. Lance Armstrong's going to win the Tour de Lance for a 5th time. So that's good. And Abramowitz did not shoot over 100 at golf yesterday, only because he didn't play.
Oh.
So that's good. Boyer's going to race his car this weekend. That's good. Shelley's got a new hairdo. That's good.
Sweet.
And Kobe Bryant's lawyers keep digging up new dirt on his accuser.
I know.
So that's good for him. Hey, speaking of which, I know you don't know this because I know you don't listen to him, but you would not believe how blatantly obvious our sports stations have gotten in defending Kobe.
Really?
The Twins specifically, 690 and 1150. You've been listening to them the past couple of days?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So they totally think she's a gold digger who's set him up.
Oh, I mean, it's like every time they go to spots, they play like a sweeper that says, the station, the athletes, hi, this is Kobe Bryant. And then they roll like a clip of Vic the Brick and he goes, he's innocent. And
Oh, my God.
it's a little,
Premature?
it's a little sick, I
Yeah.
think. It's like, get over it, guys, you know? You guys, of all people, should know that your athletes are going to let you down.
Yep.
You know, the guy is a good jump shot, and that's the only reason you're standing behind him. I mean, what about the other guy who shot somebody or the poor, unknown guy who stabbed a man in the alley? Why don't you get behind that criminal?
No, they're not going to. It's
How can you even say...
a little Fatal Attraction-y when you listen to that station.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I have the same take on that.
It just occurred to me yesterday. I was driving around, I was listening to them, and they have clearly, whoever's in charge at Extra Sports has clearly laid down the law. We are standing behind this guy, and we're going to make it obvious. And it's like, okay.
I'm wondering if they want the Lakers contract for next year.
You know, maybe that's it. But I keep wondering, what's going to, you know, the guy stood up and said, I shouldn't have to explain myself. You people know me. I wouldn't do anything like that. And then like 2 days later,
Right. Guess what? There's a new
tearfully
meme.
admitting that he is that kind of a guy, that he does do that kind of stuff. And with them laying their sports credibility on the line. See, now I wouldn't do this, okay?
Right.
I wouldn't take this risk because, number one, I don't trust these guys at all. Not for a
The
minute.
NBA guys.
Yeah, come on. I don't trust these guys. And secondly, if you spend, I don't know how long they plan on going on this, but if you spend a week or a month or 6 months going on and on about how great he is and how innocent he is, then he gets in court and it turns out that he's not, you guys look stupid.
Yep.
Cooked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially when there's new competition in town.
And Michael Thompson, who I like, who's
Steve's new partner, the new replacement for Bill Rendell.
Who is he? Who is he?
he used to play for the Lakers, Michael
Okay.
Thompson, in the 80s. He was part of a couple of their championships.
I was kind of surprised that of all the people that they auditioned, that he was the one that got the job.
I actually like him. He's intelligent.
I didn't say I didn't like him.
Oh, sure.
I was surprised he got
He
the
just
job.
kind of came out of nowhere for you. And he had a career in Portland as a radio broadcaster. He worked for
Tom Baker up there in Portland.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And with Kermit Washington, the guy who made
I
that
feel
big
sorry
punch.
for him.
I feel bad
Yeah,
for
exactly.
him, too.
So
Had to
he's
go
got
through that,
he's got a
Brian.
checkered past. So he's actually gone through the mill. So
Yeah.
he's doing good.
Yeah.
But Michael was saying, "Oh, Kobe, he was surprised. He said, Kobe, you know, he's a good guy. He's a good guy." And he was shocked
Yeah.
when it came out, just floored, as were all the Laker supporters, that he even had adultery. So they're conceding that, but they're just blocking the possibility that he could have raped her.
Right. I mean, absolutely positioning themselves.
How can you not see that?
Well, how can you not just go about your day?
Yeah.
Why are you taking this unbelievable risk with these unbelievable risky people?
Now, on the flip side, are we taking the risk that he's guilty? I'm not here. I don't know that I'm not taking that risk, that he raped her. I don't know what happened in that room. It could go either way for me. I don't know all the facts. I wasn't there. But he definitely had adultery. There's no question about that now.
Well,
we can guess.
But this is what I find so surprising, because before he admitted adultery, Vic the Brick and all these guys were like, nothing happened. She's full of crap. Nothing. This guy is pure. He's got an angel. He's got a halo. He's an angel. All this other stuff. And then he comes out and admits it. I'm not an angel.
I'm wondering if even his wife, if he'd admitted it to his wife, because the night before he was at the ESPY Awards. I guess it was Wednesday night.
And
Wednesday night
it
or
was
Thursday?
2 days.
2 days. It was Wednesday. They were at the ESPY Awards.
Yeah.
Kobe and his wife in the audience, which is the Oscars of all the sports awards, where they present greatest play, greatest athlete, greatest comeback story.
They were
and
all
so forth.
smiles.
And they were happy and sitting next to one another and happy and smiling.
Well, it's probably because she got that $4 million ring.
And 2 days later, they're holding hands, revealing that he
Tearfully,
committed the
yes.
mistake
Right.
of adultery, and they're going to stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder, through all of this $4 million ring later.
Well, if Kobe can stand before the press and say, you guys know me, I wouldn't do anything like this, then I assume he's selling the same line of crap to his wife.
Right.
So he gets a phone call from his lawyers, I don't know, the day before the announcement, and the lawyers say, they got you. And so he has to change his tune.
Yep.
You know, there's plenty of people out there, plenty of these public people who say, I didn't do anything wrong, who change their tune the minute the DNA turns up
Right,
positive.
Exactly. He's
You know.
sorry he got caught, as Boyer quoted the
Right.
other day.
Oh, there's no question. That's what he's sorry for.
And I'm wondering what happened when Kobe was up there the days previous to the announcement, where he was saying, you guys know me, I wouldn't do something like that. Where was the reporter who said, do something like what? Did you have sex with her?
Right.
I wanted to have that Clinton moment where Kobe
Well-
had to deny, and I don't
Right.
think there's any tape of that, where he said, I did not have sex with that woman, and then later it revealed that he did.
Well, clearly, these reporters are on his side,
They love
as
him.
demonstrated by
Right.
Extra Sports.
As
Right.
like Rome said, that bank of goodwill gave him the benefit of the doubt. Why? It's
Which
an
is
even
why he
slate.
worded it that way.
Yes,
You know me.
right.
And the bottom line is, no, we don't.
I told you when he said that, he was just totally cashing in on what everybody
On his
thinks.
goodwill, bank of goodwill.
Exactly.
But don't you think that a majority, and not Chainsaw, no disparaging comment toward you, but a majority of sports reporters are jock sniffers, and they're, want to get in on the kind
Yes.
of Me Too, and they were kids who maybe could never be athletes in high school.
Yes.
And they're just hangers on, trying to
Idolized. A lot of
Yeah.
sports reporters idolize these guys.
There is also, I think, an inherent tainting of any woman who either marries or commits adultery with these NBA stars, because they are so big and so huge and so disappointing in so many cases that the women they're with are kind of dragged down as well. I mean, the wife now will never be a
Taken
female-
seriously?
Never.
No.
Never, because she could be bought off, and we've all seen
Right.
it.
And let's not forget this young woman, even if she was, well, okay, is she a complete innocent?
No.
Why not?
Is she?
Well,
what
wait,
if she
wait.
was raped? What if she
Oh,
was
the
flat out
accuser.
raped? The
Okay.
accuser.
The accuser.
Okay.
Is she a complete innocent? Doesn't appear that way, but
No.
do we really know?
Wait a minute. Why do you make that assumption?
If she was raped, then she's not an innocent. If she was a gold digger,
You lost me. If she's raped, she's not innocent?
She is an innocent.
she is an innocent. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I had it completely backwards.
Okay.
Right.
If she was just trying to bed down a jock and was a woman scorned, Glenn Close, then she's not innocent. She's a bad person too. So you've had two bad people
There was
here, and
speculation
one of them is
yesterday on-
lying as
Right.
as to the rape.
Right.
There was speculation yesterday on this show as to how much a 19-year-old could have manipulated that situation or had foresight going in to this copulation as to what the outcome could be. And I think you said yesterday, I don't think she knew how big this was going to become.
That was her quote. I said it. I was just quoting her.
Quoting her. So, did she think, I mean, she knew he was married.
Right.
Okay.
So that makes her not innocent.
Not innocent.
Whoa. That's only if she's
Only if she wasn't raped.
going after
Why
that
did
thing,
she
yeah.
go to his room?
She was delivering food for him.
But
That
she,
is the
she wasn't really
speculation.
the food deliverer girl.
What's that?
I get the impression that she, and I'm speculating,
Uh-oh.
but
Brace.
I heard the same stuff, that she was not the
she was
normal
not the
person to deliver the
person, but
food.
she
Well-
wanted to deliver it.
She
Well, wait a minute.
wanted to because it was Kobe.
Right.
Well, that's fine. I can understand
I
that.
can, too.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make her
No. No, it
guilty.
does not. No,
Here's
it
the
does
thing.
not.
Here's the thing. She works the front desk at this place.
Right.
I've heard all kinds of stories, including on this show, that she was giving him a massage and she was a massage therapist and all this stuff. No, she was working the front desk.
And he was flirting
And
with her.
he called up and said, I want some food, even though that he knew that room service was closed for the night. But because he's Kobe Bryant, he gets stuff like that.
Right.
So they whipped something up. And maybe it's true that she said, I want to be the one who takes it up to him.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
No, you're right.
Not
You're
at all.
absolutely right.
not at all.
And there are, rumors that there was such noise going around that other people heard nearby his room, that
Yeah.
there was a commotion going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he out and out would have attacked her, and I guess that's what we'll learn in court. I mean, what do you envision? That she walked in with a tray of food, set it down, and he was just all over her? Forget the food, let's have you.
Well, let's go on to even more dark news this morning, ladies and gentlemen. My prediction, sadly, has come true. And the first California DJ has thrown his hat into the ring to be our governor.
Is someone here?
Hula?
It's Michael Savage,
Savage.
God.
the controversial nationally syndicated radio talk show host and author who is running for California governor. He made the announcement on his radio program last night, although no one here heard it because he got fired from here. Do you remember what his comment was that got him fired?
No.
He was arguing with a listener who said, I hope you get AIDS and die.
That's right.
And it was inadvertently on the air. Huh?
That's right. He apologized for the microphone being on.
Right.
He didn't apologize for his comment. He
No.
didn't apologize for his sentiment. He apologized that you heard it.
And he never apologized to the person he said it to.
No.
Yeah, Michael Savage is running for governor.
Is he out of L.A.?
Good luck with
San
that.
Francisco.
He's a
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco nut job.
Which is kind of opposite of what you think with his alleged attack on, well, his out-and-out attack on.
He's
That
one of
homosexual-
4 Republicans in San Francisco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Good luck.
That's the point.
Yeah. So, good.
happy. Good times.
But it's still Friday,
Yeah.
and you're still on the verge of a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It's the KGB. You're with Dave Shelley and Chainsaw. We'll get your sports for you next. Stand by. So, did he give you any food?
Well, there's evidently some sort of a crappy off-brand bar back in his desk drawer.
Man, poor Shelley begging Boyer for food here, like little Oliver. Please, I have some more. And Boyer denies her.
I know.
Huh?
I applied.
Did you?
There's one in his desk. I'll go get it before
Oh,
7.
okay.
Yeah. But it is an off-brand crappy.
At first, you denied.
Not at all.
Yes.
Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, I don't have a tape of the event.
Okay, well, maybe I misunderstood when you said no.
Oh, well, I
When
said,
Shelley said, can I have a detour bar? And you said no.
I said, no, this one's mine.
Yeah.
Right.
So you denied her.
But I have, like something.
She
that I-
asked you for food 5 minutes ago, and the poor woman's still hungry here.
And I said, no, but there's, something that I found that I,
Yeah.
stuck to the bottom of
A
my shoe,
crumb,
put it in
there's
my
a
desk drawer. And
So in other words, you denied her. I see you with a gigantic, plump, glistening detour bar
Ew, I don't want that anyway.
that before she asked was not even opened, and now you're macking down on it like a newlywed bride, forcing your head down on top of it. Why couldn't she have it? It's all for me.
I got a detour bar for you, Shell.
Do you
or,
really?
Or a Luna bar.
Oh, you have a Luna bar?
Your choice. You
Oh,
can have
thank
them
you.
all.
Thank you very much. Or the piece of
Here I
cheese off the
come.
mousetrap under
Here
the
I come
desk.
to save the day.
Well, I'd offered her an alternative product, which was already in my desk.
Nice spokesman.
It's the B-Tour bar. Yeah, not quite
you
as good
doing?
as the B-Tour bar.
Alternative product. Why wouldn't you give her your sponsor?
I wanted it.
He likes it so much. David, it's so good. I don't want to share my Detour bar.
Would you like a month-old box of previously opened hot tamales?
Thank you very much.
Poor Shelley. I felt so bad for her. She's so hungry.
Well, I'm out of my Adkins bars, and you have to mail order them, or the favorite flavor that I want, you have to mail order. And
Now that he's dead.
Now, Shell,
he's dead.
you get that anger thing like Boyer does?
I
when you-
don't.
Okay.
I get a sleepy hunger
Okay.
thing. So if I
I had a
nod off-
drumstick for breakfast.
Yeah.
Cool. Was it like one of those things with the
Ice cream and the
ice cream
chocolate?
with the syrup in the middle that all the way down to the tube,
Doy.
the bottom?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Healthy.
I had a real challenge, though, navigating my way to work because the bottom
Yeah.
of the cone where the fudge nut is
Yes.
snapped off.
Yeah. Did you suck it out of it?
Well, you got your ice cream cone going on the top, and now you got an open spigot on the bottom. You got to make sure you don't have ice cream going everywhere.
Well, you have two
you suck
jobs
it
at
out
that
of it.
point. You have to
Yeah.
do the top and then.
No,
you know,
I was
get the
good.
bottom.
I was good, and I like that hand motion you just did
Awesome.
there with that slurping sound, Shell.
That's only in the movies.
Practice.
That was pretty good.
Practice.
It's terrible.
That was quite a picture. Can I hear the sound again,
No.
please?
No.
Didn't make the sound.
No.
Come on.
No.
Bottom of the cone. Oh, hey,
Stop it.
it's talent.
I got no country girl.
Now, if I do that, you can't do your tongue like that. Stop it. Ew. I can't. Not gonna help me. I'll just be down here. Do your sports.
All right,
Okay.
let's get sports. Good morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you, David, and hello again, everybody in the sports world. The Padres rested yesterday, and they may need it because tonight they begin a weekend series against the mighty San Francisco Giants at Pac-Bell Park. The Giants were tied with the Diamondbacks yesterday, 2-2 in the ninth inning, when Giants left fielder, who was that? Oh, Barry Bonds, celebrating his 39th birthday, threw out the go-ahead runner at the plate. Moments later, it was still 2-2. In the bottom of the ninth, the great John Miller had the call.
Submariner delivers and Bonds swings a drive deep into left center, way back there. The ball game is over. Barry Bonds throws out the go-ahead run at the plate, and moments later he launches one. Goodbye, happy birthday, Barry Bonds.
Screw Barry Bonds. John Miller is awesome. That was Bonds' major league leading 33rd homer, the 646th of his career. The Giants have opened up an 11-game lead on the second-place D-backs. Giants-Padres first pitch 7:15 tonight on AM 600 KOGO. Sammy Sosa also homered for the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley yesterday, helping them stake an early 3-1 lead. But the Phillies' Bobby Abreu had the bases loaded. Cubs announcer Pat Hughes had the call, and his sidekick, the beloved Ron Santo, the legendary Cub with 342 career home runs and a diabetes double amputee, added his expert commentary.
Now the 1-2 from Wood to Abreu. To deep right. Back is Sosa. Sammy to the warning track. At the wall, leaping. That ball is gone for a grand slam. Into the basket and right, and the Phillies lead 5-3.
Oh, jeez. The Phillies wound up winning 14-6. Oh, jeez. That grand salami did them in, huh, Ron and Santo?
Now the 1-2 from Wood to Abreu. To deep right. Back.
Yeah, we love that guy, as we did in 1998 when Cubs left fielder Brant Brown dropped a fly ball in Milwaukee that could have clinched a playoff spot.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, fly ball left field. Brant Brown going back. Brant Brown drops the ball. No! He drops the ball. No! 3 runs will score, and the Brewers have beaten the Cubs.
Ron Santo fever, catch it. Oh, my. Lance Armstrong and Jan Ullrich finished together in yesterday's 112-mile stage, so Armstrong maintains his 67-second lead over Ullrich. Going into tomorrow's big time trial, something Ullrich smoked Armstrong in an earlier stage, but Lance was dehydrated that day and is smelling his 5th consecutive Tour de France victory, so it should be climactic, one of the closest finishes in Tour history. Meanwhile, in the National Bet,
Cookie Chainsaw Randolph. As a performer, one of a kind. As a man, one of the kindest.
Skip Ball Association. Forget Kobe for the moment. The Houston Rockets have signed a long-term naming rights deal to their new downtown arena. $200 million. It'll be the Toyota Center. All right. Yeah. Yeah. The make of an automobile that none of the Rockets could possibly fit into without sticking out of the sunroof. Well, it's only slightly better than, say, Hyundai Hall. In other sports, David.
Did I hear that Iverson went to Minnesota yesterday?
No.
No.
Latrell Sprewell went to Minnesota.
I beg your pardon.
In a big, complicated four-way deal.
Yeah. Stand by for a big announcement from the Padres. I mean a superstar. It's coming. It's not public yet. It's coming.
Big? Are there two of them coming?
I only know of one. I only know of one for sure, but I mean...
For sure?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Excellent.
this team is moving into its new park, and it's spending money, and they mean it.
Excellent. They got $20 million to spend, more than this year, with all the revenues and such. Bring it on.
It's coming.
It is 6:39 and 28 seconds. This is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network.
Chainsaw brought to you by Krispy Kreme. On Tuesdays for a limited time, when you buy a dozen, you get a dozen Krispy Kreme original glazed donuts for free. Limited 3 free dozen. Here's Mark Sanchez.
The 8 freeway right before Waring, there was a car fire earlier. It was blocking the slow lane. Now everybody's out of the way. However, it is slow out of La Mesa from Fletcher Parkway as you make your way down the hill past San Diego State. The 94 is looking good out of Lemon Grove in toward downtown. In the North County, southbound 15 slows in the usual spot in Escondido, just before the 78 down past Lake Hodges in Escondido. And the south side of the 5 starting to get busy right around Carlsbad Village Drive as you make your way past Poinsettia Lane. What's the Rear View at Valley View all about? Valley View Casino has just opened the new Rear View Bar with TV screens showing your favorite sports. The Rear View at Valley View Casino, 12 miles northeast of Escondido. Call 866-VIEW-WIN for directions. I'm Mark Sanchez with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 101.5 KGB.
Okay. Thanks to Ron Gorski hooking us up out at Eagle Crest yesterday in Escondido for Dave's Free Thursday Golf. We played golf with the guy, his name is Mike, who got the hole-in-one on the, I want to say it's like the 4th or 5th hole out there, which is a par 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That guy is sick.
So did he shame you, or was it a fun competitive thing?
He played with the group behind us for most of the day.
Yeah.
He plays barefoot, which is interesting.
Oh,
and
really?
He's one of these long drive hitters.
Right.
You know, and he does it. Out there at Eagle Crest, you start out with a par 5, and we wanted to see what he could do. So he stepped up, and he just
Smash it.
takes off.
Good God.
But it was funny. We got to the Chainsaw Memorial Hole out at Eagle Crest. Do you remember that, Chainsaw?
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. The air conditioner memorial hole?
I got to get Abramowitz on the line for this. He wasn't with us yesterday as he had a dental emergency. Yes, the air conditioner hole, Chainsaw.
Beautiful.
Hello?
I wanted to tell you what happened yesterday with the long drive guy.
Oh, that guy that plays barefooted?
Yeah, and the guy who got the one on like hole number 4 or 5 out there.
Right.
For those of you who have played Eagle Crest with regularity, this is a par 4, which is a sharp dogleg left with a mountain next to it.
Ooh.
And this guy hits over the mountain. It's got to be 400 feet tall, and he hits over it.
How does he do that?
I don't know.
Good God.
I don't know. He was doing all kinds of tricks. He was like teeing it up on top of a bottle and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh my
You
God.
can't see the hole from the tee box.
No, you can't see it at all. So check this out. We got to the Chainsaw Memorial Hole. Why is it called the Chainsaw Memorial Hole, Abramowitz?
That was one of the greatest shots, one of the greatest days ever.
What happened?
There was a big, was it an air conditioner? What was it, Dave? It was the side of a house off to the right, and chainsaw rockets. I think he had a five wood.
He loves his 5-wood.
And it made the loudest noise. We thought they were letting bombs going off at Camp Hill.
It was shock and awe. He skied a 5-wood that came straight down on someone's central air conditioner, and it boom.
And echoed off the hills.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And it ricocheted a little, got a little kick off the air.
You know, if you're going to hit a house,
Yeah.
make some noise.
Come on. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Bring the residents out.
Anyway, we get out to this hole yesterday, and we're in the front group, and Mike, the long drive hitter, and the rest of the guys are in the second group. And we got on the green, and I turned around, and I saw that the guys were on the tee box, and I thought to myself, as I looked from the green back towards the tee box, I thought, you know, I'll bet that guy hits it right up in. There's like a little valley, kind of like a little collection area, right in front of the green. And I thought, I'll bet that guy hits it right there. You know, the rest of us are all hitting from 100 yards out. It's not a terribly long par 4, but,
Right.
you know, we're all hitting from 100, 110 out. And I'm thinking to myself, I bet this guy is almost putting.
Right.
Seconds later, we hear, 4! He flew the green.
Flew the green.
He flew the green and hit the hill behind the green.
Oh.
The guy is sick.
How many yards would that be long, even with a dog leg?
He hits it, I think, on average 360.
So how was he on the green? Did it bounce back onto the green?
No,
or-
no, he hit it too far.
And so when he hit it again, it was coming back towards you.
He had to turn around and go backwards for his second shot because he hit it too far. Yeah,
And what was his score on that hole?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. He was in the group behind us, but
Oh,
we
you
heard
can't putt worth crap, but boy, he can hit the long ball.
we heard 4, and we thought, okay, he's going to get close to us, and he flies it over our heads. And it's-
Oh my God.
Now, I read about him in the paper, Dave. He says that he can cream the ball on average 350 yards or whatever, but his short game is just terrible.
Is that what he said?
He says if he's within 100 yards, lights out, no, he can't do anything.
I wonder if that even matters to him because his bread and butter is being able to smack the ball long. This is
Right.
what he does for a living.
Chicks like the long ball. They do.
But you would think a guy who can hit the ball 350 yards should be able to play scratch golf, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think, man, that guy's shooting in the 60s?
Because he's hit the ball over 400 yards before.
God.
Oh my God.
I know. It's nuts.
You know the story of that hole-in-one? Did you read that? Where he teed off, and of course you can't see where the ball goes, and all of a sudden he heard someone go, "Ah!" And he thought he hit somebody. And it was somebody that was leaving the green, saw the ball land on the green, bounce 3 times in the hole.
It's pretty cool.
So he took a bunch of reporters out there to show him how he did it, and he was rocketing the green with all his tee shots.
Yeah.
God.
Because we were wondering, does he hit it like around the mountain or what? No, he hits it over the mountain.
He does. He hits it over.
Over the mountain.
Oh, my goodness.
I know it.
Is this from the back? Back tees?
I don't know what he was playing.
Over the hill?
Over the mountain.
Oh, man.
I know it.
That's insane.
I know it. How's your tooth?
What's that?
How is your tooth?
Oh, that's a long story. That's going to be a long haul, boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I got to get amputated or something or what?
Root canal.
Oh,
Oh, Bromo.
No,
I thought it was loose.
it is loose. They're trying to save the tooth. I got to get root canal. It's going to be bad.
How do they tighten up a tooth with a root canal?
I don't know. They might have to pull it or...
They ratchet it down a
No,
little.
wait a minute. Pull it. They're going to pull it, put a root canal in it, and put it back or something?
You got to have a stump to
Yeah.
have a root canal.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to do. It's been years since I've had a root canal. I had a root canal when I was like 19, so it's been 20 years.
They're just as fun as always.
Why don't you have them yank it out and you can have that Pepe look, kind of that pocket player look.
No, unfortunately, it's in the back, chainsaw. That's way in the
Oh,
back.
that's too bad.
So what did they do yesterday? I mean, you missed golf. I thought you were going to show up today with a perfect set of teeth.
No, it takes a lot of time to do these. I took x-rays, and then, I sat in a chair for a while they're going through it, and then he came in and told me what they're going to do, and so I got to go back to the dentist next week, and then...
What, Thursday?
No, I didn't make it on Thursday, fortunately.
Now, you injured that tooth, what, chipped it on a urinal?
No, I
Back tooth.
chomped on a steak,
Oh.
on a bone.
Oh, you got a tough steak.
Yeah, that can't be a very good steak.
No.
No.
How do you get a bone in the back of your... I mean, how did that happen?
Was it a little bone, a loose
Was
bone?
it like a bone chip or something?
Well, you know, you got a T-bone steak.
Right?
You got the meat around the bone, so you're talking all around the
So
bone.
you get that bone to the back of your throat, huh?
I want to go out with you.
That's my new band.
Let's go down. But
Get that bone to the back of your throat, girl.
I used
What
to
were
play
you doing
that
with
band.
a bone on your back tooth?
I was just grinding around it, you know.
Dave, I don't know. What do you do, man? I take a steak knife and cut it off the bone and cut the fillet out, and then the other side's the New York or something?
I do as well, but if you are going to be gnawing on the bone, don't you gnaw with your front teeth? Who gnaws with their molars?
My dogs.
Well, yeah, you put your whole
You know.
you put your whole choppers around the bone, and you're gnawing at it.
Are you a Labrador?
No,
No, you're supposed to gnaw on the back teeth.
I'm a healthy eater.
You gnaw on the back teeth?
Well, no, you're gnawing at the meat and trying to get it off the bone.
You do that, Chainsaw?
I could see that. I mean, that's the best grinder teeth back there. You don't want
I-
to grind with your fronts.
But your
But you
canines
pull
that
off with the
rip me.
fronts.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Well, he's pulling off with his back.
He's gnawing. He's gnawing like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that
That, you know what?
from the animal kingdom.
I'd love
But
to
that's
have
why
dinner
we-
with you
Well, that's
sometime.
no, I can
That's
see
sweet.
that.
Let's go
From
down
the
back.
animal kingdom. That's why we have cutlery.
But if you are going to pick up and chew on a bone, who chews on a bone with their molars?
You got the big, huge T-bone steak, okay? The big, huge
You
bone.
fit it back there.
And
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm chomping on one of the sides, and the other thing hit my tooth.
So you had the short end of the bone up in the back of your mouth.
It
Right.
couldn't have been pretty. Let's put it that way.
You were alone, weren't you?
There were a couple martinis involved.
Oh, here we go. Who even
know
knows if it was a bone?
Yeah.
Whenever I'm drinking, I always want to shove bones in the back of my
Could have been
mouth.
some lonely guy from Pacific Beach.
I think it was a urinal.
There were a couple martinis involved, that's all I tell you.
Dutch, you're on the KGB. What's going on, buddy? Dutch, are you there?
I'm here, Dave.
What's going on, bud?
Hey, he was hitting from the blue tees yesterday.
Was he?
Jeez. That's way back there.
I'm here.
That's insane. And he was going over that mountain, huh? I can't even picture that.
Oh, it was awesome.
That was funny when you guys hit our green. Or you hit over our green.
He decided to finally put a scare in you.
Oh, man. I couldn't believe it. We heard 4, so I knew it was coming in. I knew exactly what was going on. I was waiting for it.
It was just watching him.
What kind of driver does he have, Dave?
He's
Big
used
dog.
a big dog driver.
Big Dog is the name.
And how big is this guy, like 6'6" or something like that?
Yeah, it's, 6'2", 6'3", something like that?
I think it's about 6'4".
Yeah, maybe 6'4". He's big.
How is his putting?
Well, he's a driver.
Thank you, Dutch.
All right, Dave.
Good playing with you yesterday,
Oh,
bud.
it's fun.
All right, see you later, man.
Thanks.
So that guy gets there in 1, and it would take me like 6 to get there. That's sick.
On a good day.
Yeah, but obviously he needs a designated putter. You know, you got to have a short game too. To,
Well, that's not what he's out there for.
Well,
He's
I
out there just to
understand.
smack the ball hard.
yeah.
Hey, Shelly and I are playing golf tonight.
I know. I'm so excited. It's everything cool. It's golf for him and wine for me. It's so fabulous.
You guys going to make out?
No,
I think
You
I'm
going to get sloppy drunk and make out?
she's not even in my cart. I'm driving with my roommate.
and I'm driving.
You going to make out with her?
No,
Why?
because that's not what you do out there. You play golf and you drink wine and you eat.
Can I warn you of something?
I wanted to make out.
Can I warn you of something, Shell?
Wait, what?
It's been hot lately.
I don't have butt sweat.
Oh.
Quit. You know what? Even my mailman said to me as we walk away, "Hey, nice butt sweat." I
Because
don't have butt
it's
sweat.
pretty obvious.
No, it's not obvious.
Be prepared.
Okay, I will. Well, maybe I should bring.
Just know, you can't avoid it.
Yeah.
You can't help but see it. It's a
Oh,
big
but-
racing stripe.
I have a nice
it's
plastic
not.
golf
I'm
towel
not
with me.
wearing black pants tonight.
Well, that's what you were wearing the day you had butt sweat.
They were not. They were not black.
Yes, they
tan.
were.
They were bluish tannish. Great.
No, they were your black
Bluish
ones that are actually
tannish.
blackish, grayish from being washed about 900
No,
times.
that's not true. I've got 2 sets of golf pants. One is grayish bluish and one is black.
You were wearing the black ones when you had butt sweat.
Dude, I know what I was wearing because it matched my shirt.
Nothing matches.
Yes, it does.
You had butt sweat.
I don't have butt sweat.
Do you have it right now? Did you have butt sweat when you're getting your root canal?
No. Yeah, maybe. I had every kind of sweat yesterday. My God.
Well, you know what? If I were getting a root canal, I might have some sweat on me, too. That's
sweat
a...
Butt sweat, Shell? Jim
I
Camel Toe,
hope I
stand up.
would-
Upsy
No,
daisy.
I'm
Let me
not-
check you
no,
over. Come on.
no.
Upsy.
Noah.
Upsy
No.
daisy. I'll just come over and look for myself.
Well, you can't.
I'm gonna.
No, you're not. You will not look at me. You will not look at me. You will not touch me. No! No! Bastard.
Those are serious camel toe
They are
pants.
not. They absolutely are not.
She's wearing those Laura Petrie stretch pants
God.
today that enhances your camel toe.
It actually makes a camel toe if there isn't one.
You can park your bike there.
What'd you shoot yesterday, Dave?
Keep your bike
91.
away from me.
91?
Yep.
No, you shoot pretty good out there. One time you shot 79, remember?
79 is definitely better than 91.
Do you have any birdies?
No.
Uh-oh.
No, not a one. I barely got any pars yesterday.
What was the low out there? Who had the low?
76
Jeez.
was the low.
Wow.
So thanks to Ron Gorski, Mike, all the great people out there. Pamela Howe, who works out at Eagle Crest.
Wow.
Had a fun day at Eagle Crest. Thanks to the Fun Bike Center. All right, dude.
Yeah.
Good luck with your butt sweat. 7 o'clock, KGB San Diego, KGBB Temecula. It's Dave Shelley and Chainsaw with you. Here's Mark Sanchez.
Cleaning up in La Mesa. That car fire's gone down by San Diego State. There's just a little leftover slowing. Fletcher down toward Lake Murray on the west side of 8. The 94 is looking real nice out of Lemon Grove. Don't see anything yet developing there. In the South Bay, northbound 805 slows right toward the 94 freeway. And then again in Kearney Mesa, Murray Ridge past the 52 up toward Nobel. No, that couldn't be right. It slows through Kearney Mesa toward the 52, and then there's another spot up by Nobel. Out of the North County, southbound 5 is slow in Carlsbad. Then again, some more slowing toward the viewpoint at Manchester. Not Soak City Water Park is open daily. Save big on tickets at Food for Less. Adults just $15.95, kids $9.95. So make a splash at Not Soak City. I'm Mark Sanchez with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 101.5 KGB.
Hey, I heard the latest guy that wants to be governor here is Jack Kemp.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah. And at least he knows what city he's in.
The would-be vice president
Right.
of the United States, Jack Kemp, wants to run for governor. Dick Reardon says he's not going to run if Arnold runs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he said. If Arnold is running, Dick says, I'm not going after it. But if he doesn't run, then I'm going to take
Yeah.
a shot at it. Daryl Issa, so many other people. Mm-hmm. How about you, Shell? You going to run?
Yeah, probably not this time.
You know, anyone can.
I know.
Isn't it crazy? Anybody can.
I know.
But you got to make up your mind like in a week.
Right.
Time's running out.
And 65 signatures and $3,500.
Is that what the $3,500?
I think,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm thinking maybe there might be a new wardrobe I might want to do instead of running for governor.
Yeah.
I would hate to take votes away from somebody who actually could do the
What
job.
does that $3,500 go for?
I don't know.
I just don't know how they're going to get every crackpot in this state of 30 million people, how are they going to get all those names on one ballot?
Right.
It's going to be like a booklet.
And if they don't, is somebody going to recall the recall? Say it wasn't fair?
You know that every market, every big market anyway, what are we talking about here? San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland. I guess that's it. Maybe Sacramento.
Maybe top 10 markets here in...
Every one of them is going to have at least one DJ running. Who do we predict is going to be the DJ from this building who runs for governor? Is it going to be Mojo?
Well, I don't know, David. He might
What
bring that
DJ?
Southern profile.
What DJ in this
Mason.
didn't stop him from getting a job here?
That's what I'm saying.
What-
That's Southern conservatism.
What DJ from this building is going to run for governor?
Who is mad with power? Mason.
Nah, he's not going to
No.
go.
Santori.
He didn't have time.
To me, it sounds like a Mojo bit. You know, you got to think like a DJ,
Right.
which means just be stupid.
And we mean that with love.
Don't tell me
Mojo.
Rick Dees isn't going to run for
Of
governor.
course he's going to run.
And I don't know the idiot DJs they have in San Francisco, but there's got to
The
be
only one I
enough
know is
idiots up there.
Mango. And
Or Shooty's up there. Maybe Shooty will run for governor. Hey, vote for me, or I'll kill you, punk. How many? What do you think will be the limit? How many DJs will be on the ballot?
5.
At least
At
5.
least.
At least 5 DJs.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Although here's the great thing, I believe. This is what I believe.
This is what I think, and I don't know.
When you put yourself as a candidate for public office, I believe all your financial records and stuff become public domain.
Yes, so?
So if you want to find out what Rick Dees makes, if you want to take a look into his tax return,
Well, is it any question that the guy's a millionaire? Everyone knows that.
We know he makes
No.
money.
no, that's you're right. But some people may feel that's a bit of an invasion of their private privacy.
Yeah, DJs.
Yeah.
DJs who get vasectomies on the
On the
radio,
radio,
and
yeah.
streak naked. They don't want that invasion of privacy. Give me a
Sure.
break.
And do their vasectomy test on the radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got like, I want to say like 10 days to make up your mind if you're running for governor because they got a deadline on it.
Why don't you run?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't want the damn job.
Come on.
Enough people hate me already.
All you got to do is if 51%, Dave.
I don't want the...
Oh, you won't even need that.
Wait a
No.
minute, 51?
You don't
need a
need that.
No, if you win 2%, you could win.
If everybody else gets,
One.
One.
Yeah, you don't
Or-
need
or
51.
one and a
Then
half.
go for it. You could have, just like our radio
I don't
ratings,
want the
you
job.
could have 90% of the people hating your guts and 10% loving you, and you win.
Still
How about you, Chainsaw? If
No.
they said to you... Now, I will say this. If the state of California actually came to me and said, we need you to do this, then I would do it. But if someone said, you know, just for fun, would you like to take over this job the way it is right now? Hell no. Are you kidding?
That's what I don't understand. Whoever gets this gig, even if it's Davis, oh my God, your hands are tied. You've got a big freaking problem on your hands with the budget. What are you
He should
gonna
be
do?
glad to be getting out.
He should be.
I'd be out there saying, I think you should recall me.
Recall me now, please. I'm not up to the job.
Who wants that job?
It's a crappy job.
Oh, they're all crappy
yeah,
jobs.
I agree.
Who would want to be president of the United States? Not me.
And you get to fill out 3 years at, I don't know, what's Davis make, like 120 a year or something like that? And then you're out, and your radio gig is done, and your political career isn't going anywhere.
Not me.
Probably.
really.
Well, ex-politicians seem to have a way to find themselves back on the airwaves. I don't think that would be an issue.
And Chainsaw, do you really want to do Boyer, Shelley, and Chainsaw?
KGB.
It doesn't have, it's not going to work.
That's just not going to happen. And what makes you think you're going to get star billing?
Well,
It'll just be Shelley and Chainsaw.
What makes you think Chainsaw and I would hold on to your sorry ass?
That's right.
You know, because he's the one pulling for you.
You know, as long as we're getting rid of Dave, let's do some house cleaning here.
Retirement.
Here's your tin watch. But think about that, people. When you're driving to work this morning, or you're already at work, maybe you're heading for the base, you can run for governor. If you got $3,500, which that's the hard part, 65 signatures. Who can't get that? Anyone can get 65 signatures. Can you get the $3,500? If you can do it, you can legit. If you can do it, your name will be on the ballot, and you can run for governor
Right.
of the biggest state in the world. That's cool.
Very.
I think this whole thing is very kind of exciting and cool.
Well, I have a different opinion on that, but as long as
Well,
we're
you think
there-
it's bad. Sometimes bad things can be exciting.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, I think it's exciting to see the people flexing their muscle. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Then you're in for a great ride.
I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I just like seeing the people be in charge.
Oh.
Thank you.
What was that?
I don't know. Chainsaw, was that you? No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me, David. Categorically denied.
It's a potted down. Finally, there is a way to tell the Olsen twins apart. Do you know, by the way,
Thank God.
do you know that the Olsen twins are not identical twins?
I did not know that.
I
But
can't
haven't
tell them
spent
apart.
a lot of time thinking about them.
Ashley is the hoe.
Oh, really?
What?
Ashley is the hoe.
Word.
She's the one with the guy hanging all over her. She and her new
Yeah.
boyfriend were reportedly putting on a show, canoodling, last week at the opening of the Fox Sports Grill up in Orange. Eyewitnesses say Ashley and her boyfriend were all over each other.
Oh.
He is rumored to be an athlete. The Olsen twins were on the cover of Vanity Fair last month, and they do definitely look all grown up. They're 17 now, which makes them legal in 32 states. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
17?
And in Oklahoma, the law is if you're whatever age and married, your husband, and they're referring to the woman, your husband can buy you drinks anywhere.
Sweet.
Yeah, there are all sorts of weird laws on the books.
All right. I'm telling you. Hugh Hefner is just waiting in the wings. Those girls are going to move into the Playboy Mansion. What's up, Charlie?
Dave, how you doing?
It's Friday. How can it be bad?
Yeah, hey, I got a great idea. I think you ought to go ahead and run for governor.
I'm not running for I don't want the job.
Look, you go in, you establish free Thursday golf statewide, then let them recall you.
Get that taken care of, and then screw up really bad. Get caught with hookers and fire trucks and
Right.
stuff like that, bouncing checks to hookers.
Oh, yeah.
Big. It worked for Springer.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
Later.
See you, Charlie. Dan Rather broke down and cried on Tuesday while covering the homecoming of Jessica Lynch. You know he's rather emotional.
He's very emotional. I've seen him cry before on Letterman. And
Yeah.
was he quoting the lyrics to a John Denver song?
Yes, Shelley, he was overcome with emotion after reciting the lyrics to Country Roads by John Denver.
And not just a lyric or two, a lot of it.
Today, those country roads took Private First Class Jessica Lynch back home. Actually, if Dan Rather's going to cry about anything, he ought to cry about John Denver. Rumor has it, John's head is still missing.
Oh, well, that was pretty hard impact.
You know, he died 5-6 years ago almost when the plane that he was flying, the experimental plane, crashed into Monterey Bay. And people there swear that when they recovered the body, the head was not intact.
Nothing on my shoulders makes me happy.
Jessica apparently is doing just fine, despite
Really?
the plump tears that Dan Rather squirted. He's just a very emotional, patriotic kind of guy.
I think his time is up.
He's holding on pretty well.
I know. I don't understand why they keep propping him up and paying him.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, I know that the guy's got a name. I mean, you say Dan Rather, everybody
Everyone
knows
knows.
Dan Rather.
You're right.
I understand that.
Right.
But what I don't understand is when you watch the guy,
How can you leave him on the air?
how is it the CBS is looking around going, nobody can replace this guy.
What are you thinking?
I think Brokaw's fine. And I think that Peter Jennings is fine.
I love Peter Jennings.
He's fine.
He's my guy.
But Rather,
Doesn't even compete.
he's not even close. And all he's got is his name. And I don't understand how that guy has gone as long as he has.
And when you put it in perspective, if he were a new local news guy, he would not last a month.
KUSI.
Unless he took a huge salary cut and then they'd keep him on forever.
Remember a few years ago when Fox TV wanted to crash a 747 into the desert?
Yeah, I do. They wanted to remote control it and
Yeah.
dump it in.
Yeah.
Just to see the crash?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't remember.
Wouldn't you watch?
Sure,
If Fox said we're going to crash a 747, wouldn't you watch?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, the authorities put up too much red tape, so they abandoned the ideas. But here's one that made the final cut. A week from yesterday at 9, Fox will present a brand new special called 101 Things Removed from the Human Body.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. That actually sounds good.
In their advertising, it says, quote, amazing stories and footage of unbelievable things that have been removed from actual people. A boat anchor, a javelin 200 nails, and a live hand grenade.
How about a stick?
And you won't believe how they got there in the first place or how the doctors got them out. Sorry, Richard Gere is not appearing on the show.
Tragedy.
Rob, you're on the KGB. What's going on?
Hey, Dave, how are you today?
Tip top. Talk to me. Kirk.
Well, Dave, I just got to agree with you and everybody else. Why Dan Rather ever got to replace Walter Cronkite is beyond my imagination.
Yeah.
I grew up in Chicago like you did, watching Walter Cronkite with my dad. When Dan Rather took over, we said bye-bye, CBS.
Yeah. You know, I don't want to be governor, but if they offered me the CBS Nightly News, I might jump at that one. I could do a better job than Dan Rather.
Yeah, because
Hey, you do a great job as governor, too.
And I'm not uglier than him.
sexy man.
That's a nice gray crew cut you got going there, Dan.
Love your show.
Love yours. See you later. Joe, you're on a KGB. What's going on?
I was wondering if Fox interviewed Shelley about her toe stick.
Hey,
They didn't come to me, sadly.
you still got the toe stick.
I do have it in a jar on a shelf in my house.
You can almost see it.
Shut up!
What?
It's huge. It's a long stick. It's a goat's head.
It's a magnifying glass
One of
jar,
those
but
stickers.
it's,
Oh, stop it! It was over an inch long,
So
in
they
my
did it
toe
up
for
there.
months on end.
Was it measured?
Yes, I did measure it.
I don't like people who say measure.
I don't either, Major Boy.
Measure. It's over an inch long. This was a splinter.
It's a goat's head. It's a sticker. They grow wild out in the valleys and the canyons here in California.
Oh.
A thorn, if you will.
A thorn. Yes.
That was jammed all the way into your toe.
Sideways. I mean, the toe sticks up, and it was like jammed in sideways. And it just mysteriously, I went to the doctor, had it x-rayed. He kind of did some exploratory, got a little bit of thing out.
It won't see wood.
It does not.
It won't see wood.
Absolutely.
No.
And I was such a chicken about the pain, and I said, no, don't even make me look at it. Just shield my eyes. And so he just thought I was a big wussy.
Which you are.
And he got a little bit out, and he goes, well, that's it. I think that'll be fine. 3 months later, this thing pops out of my toe.
popped out all at once.
All at once.
On the
Was it
show?
like ejected, shot out like through
My
a
toe
goose,
was
or what?
itching. My toe was itching, and I couldn't figure out why. And I took my shoe off, and I went, oh, my God. My toe is expelling this stick.
Chucko, get me a number for Fox Television in New York City. Okay? We'll see if they're interested in Shelley's toe stick.
Thank you.
Sure.
That'd be good.
I mean, it sounds to me like they've already got the show done. But
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll have future episodes.
maybe they'll change it to 102. Hey, it's 101. We're 101.
Right. Oh,
We can do like a promotion,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Chris Salcedo is our local connection to Fox here in town.
He'll help.
Don't tell me he can't pull some strings.
Bet he can.
He's got clout with Fox. Get
Sure.
Rupert Murdoch on the phone for me right now. Shelley's toe stick.
I think it should, for all mankind, it should be on display.
Now, a thorn is not quite as dramatic as a live grenade.
All right.
So, no, it isn't. I mean, we know
No,
that.
I know. I'll concede that.
I'm not discounting the insufferable pain that you endured
For months.
for months.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But we might have to start you out at number 99.
That's fine. As long as I'm there. Even if I'm 102, I don't care. It's fine. But I'd like to offer it.
It's in a jar, preserved in some sort of saline solution or something, proudly displayed whereabouts in the Dunn household.
Upstairs in the over the stereo, there's a little shelf up there, kind of a curio cabinet.
Is it
And-
labeled with a date that it exited your toe?
No, but I could probably pinpoint it if I had to, because I remember where we were working and my friend Michelle was working at the
Where
time.
did it happen?
At work.
At work, the toe came out?
The toe stick came out at work. It was right after the show, and I'd gone to my little cubicle that I used to have, remember?
At the old building.
At the old building, and my toe was itching, and I was on the phone, whatever. And I was like, my toe itches. That's weird. So I slid my shoe off. I had just these little slide-in shoes, and it popped right out. And
Did you see it exit?
Yes. It was the freakiest thing in the world. And I went right over to Michelle, my good friend, who used to be right next to my cubicle. I said, look what just came out of me. Look at this. And she was aghast, and I was aghast. It was horrible. But I was glad it was out. And the relief that came to my toe. Oh, that's so much better.
Sweet relief.
Sweet relief from the toe stick. It was great. And creepy all at once.
Was it like swaddled in some sort of protective cloth like the magic bullet or something like that?
Well, I went and got tissue.
Rushed to forensics?
I got the tissue, and of course I wrapped it in the tissue and put it in my change purse and vowed to take it home and keep it forever.
Vowed.
Yes. so
Right
that I
hand
would-
up, hand on a
Yes,
Bible.
So that I would know the distance.
I
of-
vow that this
I will
toe
never
stick
walk
will
barefooted.
travel safely with me back to Hillcrest
Right.
and shall be preserved
Right.
in a pickle jar filled with saline solution
Sure.
placed above the stereo in the upstairs room that no one uses.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Beautiful. Well, we'll call Fox and
Happily
see if they
offer
want
that up.
We'll call them and see if they want that.
I hope so.
I think I owe you a traffic report. Here's Mark Sanchez.
Well, you got some leftover slowing here on the west side of the 8 out of La Mesa from Jackson Drive as you make your way out toward Lake Murray. The fire is gone down by San Diego State, but the slowing's still left over. The 94 looking good. Let's see. Yeah, Lemon Grove into downtown, no problems here. The only thing you'll find is southbound 5 is slow toward the viewpoint at Manchester from Santa Fe Drive down toward Manchester. And the south side of 15 hanging on a little bit in Escondido. Felicita down toward Villa Rancho Parkway. And then again from Poway, Ted Williams down toward Mercy. What's the rear view at Valley View all about? Valley View Casino has just opened the new Rear View Bar with TV screens showing your favorite sports. The Rear View at Valley View Casino, 12 miles northeast of Escondido. Call 866-VIEW-WIN for directions. I'm Mark Sanchez with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 101.5 KGB.
Today on KGB, we look at the number 8.
On the 8th day of the 8th month of the year, the Eagles fly into Coors. So we had an idea. Saturate our 8 straight with 8 Eagles tunes. And caller 8 can confiscate 8 tickets to the show. Now you'll take many a mate to the gate so you can all congregate with your date to see the band many would rate as absolutely great. Remember, the show starts at 8, so don't be late. And if you see Bromo at the show, perhaps he'll masticate.
No, wait, dude. I'm not going to masticate at the Eagles concert. That's gross.
8 tickets to caller 8 when we play 8 straight of the Eagles. 101.5 KGB, San Diego's classic rock. 101.5 KGB is your concert connection. A legendary sound. A revolutionary group.
Rock and roll.
Get ready for the long-awaited return of Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
You are like a hurricane. Be the ocean when it meets the sky.
Coming to the theater at the San Diego Sports Arena, Friday, September 19th.
See the rain.
Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
Tonight, tonight.
Tickets on sale this Saturday, 10 a.m. at all Ticketmaster outlets or charge by phone. Order online at cc.com or ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Neil Young and Crazy Horse. The theater at the San Diego Sports Arena, Friday, September 19th. The legend lives on. A CC Entertainment event.
You know what drives me nuts? Things that don't make sense. Like the waiter who asks if I want fresh pepper. No, I want stale pepper, old pepper. Know what else drives me nuts? Using your wireless phone at home instead of your home phone, which is sitting right there. Because you get unlimited nights and weekends on your wireless phone. That doesn't make sense. But AT&T has a brand new phone plan that does. AT&T One. One plan for your home and wireless calling with unlimited nights and weekends on both phones. Live a little. Use the phone you want. Save a bunch of money. Both wireless and home phones on one bill. AT&T even gives you a 60-day risk-free trial. What else is there to think about? Call AT&T right now before your head explodes. 1-866-ATT-1111. AT&T One is only available when you call 1-866-ATT-1111.
Wireless service provided by AT&T Wireless. Credit approval, activation fee, and annual contract required. Not available in all areas. Unlimited nights and weekends on domestic, direct dial, wireline, long distance, and home service area wireless calls. For trial, return wireless equipment and pay for services.
La Salsa's 3-pepper fajita burrito is like a very beautiful woman. Hot, spicy, plump. You must hold on with 2 hands, and you must be very careful where you bite. Nibble in the wrong place, and everything will end up on your lap. Like a beautiful woman, La Salsa's 3-pepper fajita burrito can satisfy your hunger. You lie in bed at night alone, fantasizing about the soft tenderness of the chicken or beef, grilled with onions and 3 kinds of fire-roasted peppers, even fresh poblano chilies, all wrapped up tightly in a warm tortilla. But the 3-pepper fajita burrito is not like a woman in every way. No, because you cannot marry a 3-pepper fajita burrito or have children with it. And you will never, ever have to meet its mother. The 3-pepper fajita burrito, new at La Salsa Fresh Mexican Grill. Keep life fresh. Keep it exciting.
Enter to win a pair of tickets to the Dave Matthews Concert, July 29th. Visit any participating La Salsa for details.
Gimmicks. Don't be fooled by 0% financing that's not authorized by the factory. Hi, I'm Mike Peterson, General Manager of Tipton Honda. When another dealer offers 0% and it's not from the factory, read the small print. They're charging for it. If they give you 90 days interest-free, read the small print. They're charging. At Tipton, we don't use gimmicks. Now that's how you build a long-term relationship.
Tipton, we're in it for the long run.
Right now, we're having a red tag clearance sale. You'll find every car, every truck, red tagged and clearly marked. But there's one thing you won't find: small print. You can see exactly how much you're gonna pay and how much you're gonna save. And you could save thousands. Now that's how you build a long-term relationship.
Tipton, we're in it for the long run.
Tipton Honda, right next to Home Depot in El Cajon.
Daphne Caesar, down at Old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train, take a car. There's a smile on every face, and a winner in each race. Ready to meet the surf down at Old Del Mar.
This Saturday, July 26th, all the big kahunas will be out at Del Mar. It's our beach bash in the infield with surf exhibits, surfing celebrities, and a free concert during the races by the English Beats Dave Wakeling. Presented in part by Coors Light. Beach Bash Saturday. Just another reason why Del Mar is as cool as ever.
Down at Old Del Mar.
Del Mar is a proud member of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Go, baby, go.
All right, it's KGB, 7:30, Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Radio Show. Turns out 101 things taken out of people's bodies, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The Fox show that's coming up is run here out of California. What's your style?
Well, since I just started, I've experimented with a couple of different things, but what I'm finding is that I like brushes less than I like other things to put the paint on the
So
canvas.
you're painting with, like, blades and things like that?
A little bit.
Sticks and blades?
A little bit.
Like that guy on PBS with the afro used to do?
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen him.
Don't you remember that guy?
Huge. Yeah, he's been dead for 30 years, and they keep rerunning the show.
Really?
What's his name, Chucko?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. He hasn't been dead for 30 years.
He's been dead for quite some time, I believe.
But isn't he the guy who does landscapes?
I believe,
Yes.
which means I don't know. What's quite some time mean?
I
A
would
week?
say 10 years.
10 years? You sure about that? I thought he only died just a couple years ago. He used to paint with like spatulas
Right.
and putty knives and things like that.
When you go to an art shop and you start buying paints and stuff, you get those little tools to
Yeah.
mix the paint together, I
Yeah.
guess. And you get the little artist palette, that you're mixing on. And after a while, it just occurred to me, this is a lot more fun than the brushes. The brushes are hard.
They painted a lot of walls here at the Clear Channel World Domination headquarters with those things.
Really?
Well, you know the goofy blue walls that just look
Yeah,
splotchy?
right.
We had to send guys to Italy to learn how to do that. I could have done that for you for free.
That ain't how you take over the world.
No, that is not how you take over the world.
I mean, that's just my guess.
We have these splotchy blue walls dotted throughout here at the Clear Channel headquarters that are just kind of like abstract smeary paint. And they're very glossy and shiny. And as I understand it,
I had heard that rumor, too.
they sent guys to Italy to
Right.
learn that technique. I could have done it here.
What's wrong with a little Navajo white and a roller? Who cares?
That's what I wondered. Vic, you're on the KGB. What's going on?
Yes, I beg to differ. He's only been dead for years.
How many?
2 years.
2 years. That's what I thought. Yeah.
2 years ago he died.
I would have said no more than 5.
Virtually 10 years.
30? I mean 10? I mean a week?
His son is doing the shows now.
I'm sorry? His son is?
Yeah, his son is taking over for him.
You know, he was so calming. It was very relaxing to watch him.
Oh, yeah, he taught me how to paint. I use his technique all the time.
Yeah. He was very good at pine trees and mountains. He always did outside landscape kind of areas.
That's it.
I'm looking it up now, David. I will have it for you shortly. Now, a Chainsaw Sports update here on KGB. Good morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you very much, David, and hello again, everybody in the sports world. There are whispers that a new deal will be done or is already done that would bring Pittsburgh All-Star left fielder Brian Giles to the Padres in exchange for perhaps Xavier Nady and minor leaguers. They want Oliver Perez. Can't have him. Unconfirmed at this point, but the Pirates are desperate to unload salary. They have lost $30 million in the last 3 years in their new ballpark, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. But the Pirates have been wanting to package Giles, who makes around $7.5 million, with catcher Jason Kendall, who makes around $10.5. Both are 300 hitters. Kendall's a very good catcher, but Giles is one of the best run producers in baseball, over 325 plus a homer type of guy, 435 type on-base percentage, twice as many walks as strikeouts. Hang on just a second.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. A guy most teams drool over, but the Pirates have been saying if you want Giles, you got to take Kendall too, and that's around $18 million in salary for two guys right there. Love the players, a lot of salary. It ain't my wallet. Go for it. But then, how can the Padres then afford a top-line pitcher for $10 million or whatever? The trade deadline is next week, so we'll know soon enough if this will definitely happen or definitely not happen. Oh, yeah. The Padres had the day off. We'll play the Giants this weekend. Giants have opened up an 11-game lead over second-place Arizona. Barry Bonds had a nice 39th birthday yesterday, threw out the go-ahead runner in the top of the ninth inning, and then homered to win it in the bottom of the ninth. His major league leading 33rd steroid injection. I mean round tripper. Did I say that out loud? First pitch 7:15 tonight. Giants Padres on AM 600 KOGO. Sammy Sosa homered for the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley, helping them stake an early 3-1 lead. But the Phillies' Bobby Abreu had the bases loaded. Cubs announcer Pat Hughes had the call, and our favorite, Dave's birthday call-in guy, the beloved Ron Santo, the legendary Cub. Pardon me?
Good old Pizza Belly.
Pizza Belly. He had a multiple Gold Glove winner. He had like 30 homers, 100 RBI for I don't know how many years, 342 career home runs, a diabetes double amputee. Should be in the Hall of Fame. Well, he added his expert commentation yesterday.
Now the 1-2 from Wood to Abreu.
Oh,
Deep right. Back is Sosa. Sammy to the warning track. At the wall, leaping. That ball is gone for a grand slam. Oh, into the basket and right, and the Phillies lead 5-3.
Yeah, that was his commentation right there. Oh, jeez. The Phillies wound up winning 14-6. Oh, geez, that grand salami did him in. Lance Armstrong and Jan Ullrich finished together in yesterday's 112-mile stage at the Tour de France. So Armstrong maintains his 67-second lead over Ullrich going into tomorrow's big time trial, something Ullrich smoked Armstrong in an earlier stage. But Lance was dehydrated that day, and he is feeling better and smelling his 5th consecutive Tour de France victory. So it should be climactic, one of the closest finishes in Tour history. Meanwhile, in the National
Shakespearean moons of Uranus.
Shakespearean moons of Uranus for 6, please.
Circling Uranus are Ariel and Miranda.
Did you just make that up?
Now she's found around Uranus.
Skitball Association. Scrutiny of Kobe Bryant's accuser intensified yesterday as authorities said she had been hospitalized as a danger to herself 4 months before the alleged sexual assault. Why am I suddenly visualizing Glenn Close boiling a rabbit in Fatal Attraction? At this rate, these lawyers are painting both sides of the story. Within weeks, Kobe will be Hitler, and the girl will be Miss Gulch. Which, after due consideration, that is a gulch I'd rather not drive into. In other sports, David?
I'll take the 10th century, please, for 800.
In 920, Romanus Lecapinus.
Okay, thank you.
There's something wrong with that man.
What's his name? That was my radio name in San Francisco. Romanus Lickapenis. I was huge.
Yeah. And he has rings around his... Nah, never mind. It is 7:39 and 28 seconds. This is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network.
Yeah, my co-host names was Uranus. We just fit.
Venus and Uranus in the morning. Yeah.
Very close together.
Yeah. Chainsaw brought to you by Goldberg and Jones. If you get a custody or a divorce situation, let them help by calling 1-800-DIVORCE. Here's Samantha on the KGB. What's going on, Samantha?
Hey, I hate to agree with Boyer, but Bob Ross died in 95. So
Well, then you're not agreeing with Boyer.
That's
then.
not 30 years.
Oh, wasn't it
Boyer said it was 30. Boyer said it was 30 years ago.
Oh, well, that was way off.
I'm going to have a comment now.
Within the last 10 years.
Now, wait a minute. Jeep Wranglers, Al Gore, CB,
This is an
breaker.
acceptable sound collision right here because it obscures his defense mechanisms.
I amended it to 10.
And you're still wrong.
8. Well, somebody
You're
calls
still
up.
wrong.
It was 2 years ago.
Well, you're still wrong. 30 years ago.
I was. It was.
I didn't mean it when I said it.
I was being exaggerative for comedic effect.
Dictionarily.
It's like when somebody said, "I told you a million times."
No, it's not, Boyer. We said 30, and you go, yeah.
All right. Well,
You know what? You know what we need to do, seriously? We need to stop this I think stuff, okay? And the two big offenders on I think are you and Shell. You guys are I think this and I believe, and a lot of people think. You guys got to really calm down on that stuff. Some crazy facts are being thrown out there. Poor Bob Ross killed 30 years ago. Kyle Kraska fired from his job.
Well, now, how did I get
Oh, you do it all the time.
Well, I've never fired anyone or killed anyone.
You had SEAL bombs going off up in Huntington Beach one time.
You started that.
Whatever.
You were trying to pull the wool over my eyes, mister.
It's not very
It was
hard.
your own little game.
Whatever.
Shut up.
I believe I agree with you, David. July 1995.
Yeah. He was so nice to watch. He was so pleasant.
I wish I'd
Calming.
watched him more.
All right, when we come back, we have to
You don't have to look at that.
compliment Shelley on
No,
her.
you don't. No,
Hair?
no.
Her dog's rolled in paint and then laid down on a canvas, and we have to.
You know what? Art showing over. Sorry. No.
Oh, what happened to? I won't have my feelings hurt.
Well, I won't, but I mean, you're just. Now you're already going into it thinking it's going to be crap.
No, it's going to be awesome.
Give
I
it a
can tell.
chance.
What is? Well, no, I want to.
It's not of anything.
Oh.
Very You'll hate it. It's fine. You hate everything I do. That's fine.
That's not true.
Oh, come on.
I love you.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean you don't hate everything that I do.
Only your Kahlua and your painting.
And about 90 other things you just can't think of right now.
What?
Liar.
I'm telling you
I
honestly.
smell pants on fire.
Your bathtub Kahlua, and I don't even know about your painting yet. I haven't seen your painting.
And you already hate it.
No.
You dislike it already. You already suspect it's going to be total crap.
Is it dogs playing cards or something cool?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I love that painting. I want to get one of those and a black light.
Oh, well, good. Your Christmas present will be that much easier.
All right. We'll check out Shell's art with Shelley Pollock.
I like the way you say it.
What?
No.
You might as well
I'm
put your
so
finger
damn,
quotes around
I
it.
know.
Well, check out
Art.
Shelley's art.
I resent those implications right there.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you're
was
the-
trying to be supportive of my
Right.
friend. While the rest of you naysayers, you people who aren't supporters, of the arts like I am.
Thank you. Yeah, you are a
Regular contributor
such
to
a
the
philanthropic guy
Mhm.
when the arts are concerned.
Yep. Regular contributor
Sure.
to the art thing that we do with the government.
Yes.
What's that called? NEA. That's me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are the poster boy for getting rid of it. You
Nonsense.
hate the NEA.
Silly talk.
You hate the NEA. Admit
Shilly,
it.
shally, shally.
Admit it. Don't you shilly shally me.
I can't believe you're saying these things.
hate the NEA.
Okay, Shelley's gone crazy. Sorry, we knew it was coming. I mean, she's been on the verge for 13 years, but just cracked.
Yeah, well, guess who pushed me over the edge?
No, whatever. You blame whoever you want to. You know. Excuse me, I have business to do here. Let's get a traffic update. Here is Mark Sanchez.
Slowing. Still left over here on the south side of 5 Santa Fe Drive, down toward the viewpoint at Manchester. Also on the 15 south, just a little bit in Escondido from Felicita down past Villa Rancho Parkway. And then again, just before Carmel Mountain Road as you make your way down toward Mira Mesa. Out of the East County, the west side of the 94, looking good in Lemon Grove, but you will slow down those last couple of exits into downtown. And the westbound side of the 8's almost all clear. Just some minor slowing past the 805 out toward Texas. I'm Mark Sanchez with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 101.5 KGB.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Art Gallery. Later on today, we're going to get a digital photo taken of Shelley's new painting so that we can put it up on the website so that you can see it.
Oh, cool.
Well, yeah, because, you know how great visual goes on the radio.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Now, when did you take up painting, Shell?
Oh, 4 or 5 months ago, just for fun. Just looking for something else
Pass the
to
time.
do. Yeah.
Okay. And how many paintings would you guess you've made?
10 or 12.
And is this your favorite that you've brought us, that you think is your best work?
Seems to be what everyone else says. Hey, this is really good.
This one's really cool.
Yeah, because a lot of the early stuff looked really primitive. You know, as does this. I think has a certain bit of primitive.
Have you done any still life stuff, or is it all just?
Did a couple of still life.
What's
things.
the word for it when it's not anything? What's the word for it?
Abstract?
No, abstract is what I'm doing now because it's so much easier.
That's what I mean. That's what it's called.
When you actually try to put perspective in line on a painting, oh my God, it's hard, and it obviously takes a lot more study than I've done so far. So
you don't have to be good at it. Go to a museum, you'll see.
Well, and that's what mine looked like, and everyone was fawning over there. Oh, those are great. I'm like, God, they look like crap to me.
This is what I don't understand. How does the art world determine who's good crappy and crappy crappy?
It's all like music. It's all subjective. It might appeal to one person, and the next person will think it's horrible.
I'll tell you why it's not all like music. Listen to this. Now, if Jackson Pollock was a musician, it would sound different.
Absolutely. And just like you're going to be able to find a piece of music that will describe what Pollock's work looks like, that's how music is.
You remember when we had people show up with their musical instruments from kids, and they all played, and it was...
I was... Right. I was there. I was playing the
that
keyboard.
sucks.
It sucks.
You cannot be abstract with music. You can't be abstract with most things.
Well,
but with art, for some reason, you
put
can.
it this way: with here we're listening to a classical piece,
yes,
and then you put on some Leonard Skinner. Still great music,
but they hit the notes and the words rhyme.
Not always.
Sure, they do.
They don't always hit the note.
Sure, they do.
I mean, they hit a note, and it sounds fine, and it's all rock and roll, and it's great.
But it's not a cacophony of.
It's not just a splash of mess. You know.
Well, listen to some jazz, which does. Some people think that just sounds like a collision of instruments.
Well, let's see your work here. This is the one that most people say is your best piece thus far.
So far.
Can you tell me what inspired you to do this, or do you just sit down not knowing what you're going to
I
do?
sit down not knowing what I'm going to do, and this, to me, this was all about shape and color.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. It's very kind of pop arty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of circles.
Yeah.
It's a blue field with a lot of red and yellow circles on it. That's very cool.
Very nice.
It's fun. It's not supposed to be serious.
Is it oil?
It's yeah. But there's like a newfangled oil that's easier to work with. It's not quite so messy. But I do it all outside anyway, so
that is very pretty.
Thank you.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Thanks. It's happy.
Now, have you? Yes, it is very
It's a happy
happy.
painting.
It's a happy, fun painting.
It looks like, a Smurf that shaved with a bad blade.
That could totally be in a children's museum,
Absolutely.
just for fun.
It's pretty.
Well-
It's fun colors.
And shapes, and that's all it's about. It's not supposed to be anything more than that. Oh, thank you.
How much time do you have in that? What?
Maybe an hour. That's the beautiful
Really?
thing about it. You can sit down with your paints. I sit down outside, maybe with the radio on, maybe whatever, maybe nothing. And within an hour, you have something, or you don't.
Don't bugs fly into it?
I have one that I did. I was outside, and I did one, and it's kind of a sort of a landscape, but I put this heart, this sort of abstract heart in this on one side of it, and a fly just impaled itself into the heart. And I left it. I thought, that's kind of cool.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
When are you going to paint your dogs? I know you want to.
God. I don't know. That would be hard.
A portrait of the hounds.
I would need a lot more training, or any training.
Just get a picture of them and then work off that.
I could do that. But I have a lot more fun just doing stuff like this. Just color.
Just goofy stuff.
Yeah.
Where did you start? I mean, on this painting here, did you start in the middle and work out? Did you start at the bottom?
No, on this one I had a round thing that I wanted to try printing with this yellow paint. So I started with the yellow circles. And then I went back and put the red centers in them. And then I went back and did this blue background, and then I filled in the rest of the lighter blue background, the turquoise background. It's just mindless work.
That's cool.
It's fun.
I'm going to get that paint by number.
You should.
I'm telling you.
It's so relaxing and so, and especially if you're not having to think about content or
Yep.
anything like that, it's just fun.
Beautiful. We'll get a picture of that up on the website.
Joey Chainsaw. I'll be right back. KGB.
Holy crapola. NBC is showing the full body picture of Uday and Kusei. Have you seen these?
That's the headshot so far.
No, they showed
Goody.
they got him on a couple of gurneys in a room all by themselves, and they're showing the whole thing.
How do you feel about that?
Have you noticed how the media is willing to show you, when someone famous dies in a horrible way, there's always a picture. I'll give you some examples. Princess Diana, Dale Earnhardt, just to name a couple. JFK. He's the exception on the point that I was going to make.
Okay.
That when it's a bad guy who's dead, they'll gladly show you the picture.
That's right.
But if it's someone famous, they don't want to show you the picture. I remember when Princess Diana died in that car accident. The one and only time I've ever written a letter to the editor, it was Time or Newsweek, I forget what it was, and they were debating on whether or not to show the picture of her in the car as she was mortally wounded. And I wrote to him and I said, you show us pictures in your magazine every week of some kid in Zimbabwe who starved to death or got eaten by an alligator. Don't just show us the picture, put it on the damn cover. Why do you draw these lines? Why do you make these judgment calls just because they're famous?
That's a good point. Well, they know, I believe. I would say their answer might be that it's going to have much more of a controversial and emotional wallop because we all know Diana, whereas we don't know that anonymous poor guy from Zimbabwe.
What is their purpose in life?
Whose?
Time, Newsweek, any other magazine.
To sell magazines.
To sell magazines.
Goodness gracious, that's going to sell a lot of
Are you kidding me?
I can't look away. I don't necessarily enjoy it, but here I was tuning up.
The minute I
NBC.
said it.
Exactly.
You flipped it on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I missed it, but whatever.
And now
Did
the
they show
Iraqi...
the pictures of Uday and...
They showed the full body shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now the Iraqi people are still saying, well, I don't know if it's them, and maybe it's a lookalike. You know what? You're on your own. Get over your worries on your own time. Seriously.
I didn't recognize Uday from his picture, from the pictures I had seen from him living, unless his head was all swollen up, and obviously he'd changed and shaved his head and grown a beard.
Growed is the right word.
Yeah, thanks.
So, yeah, they're showing no warnings. Natalie Martinez on NBC just now was No warnings, nothing. Here you go. Merry Christmas. That's going to be my Christmas card.
Oh, sweet.
Just flopped it right out there. It's the headline picture. So they released those so the Iraqi people could lighten up a little bit and try to convince the other bad guys in Iraq that, hey, it's over. Quit. It doesn't seem to be working. Keep shooting up our Marines over there. Anyway, those two guys are done.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Theory is that they're shooting up our guys so to influence American public opinion so that we'll pull out.
Cave.
Yeah.
Puss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening. Do you?
I don't know. I haven't seen the polls.
Not in this administration.
But we're talking about the American public,
Right.
Which would influence, perhaps, they hope, the president and the administration. Erode the confidence, if you will.
I don't know. For the first time in a long time, I don't see that happening. I don't see us turning tail on this one. Standing with our chin into the wind on this guy. Anyway, moving on here, I have an email that requires the attention of Abramowitz with his snaggletooth and all. I think you guys will like this idea from one of our listeners, Andrew.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Got an email. Thought you might like to hear it.
Okay.
Dear Dave, golf bet. When Bromo loses, he has to run for governor. In a thong.
What? In a thong? They wouldn't let me do that.
Now, Dave, he doesn't actually have to run for governor per se, but he does have to campaign, meet and greet the people, kiss a few babies, give a speech, debate Michael Savage in a thong.
No way.
Campaign slogan, he can't be wrong if he's in a thong.
I love that.
I love this idea.
I think it's fabulous.
Do you know that we're recalling Governor Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah, October 7th is going to be the vote. And anyone can run for governor, Bromo. Anyone. It doesn't matter.
Actually, Phil Ferrara from Kogo was telling us, don't you have to have like a certain amount of signatures?
You have to have you have to have 65 signatures and $3,500. And don't worry, we can cover that for you.
$3,500?
I said, don't worry, we can cover that for you. Okay?
And we've got the thong, too. I think the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that's a good point. What is the proper governor thong?
Unless we had a little suit thong made up with a little tie.
Tuxedo thong?
Yes. That would be cute. Kind of like the little Masters
We've got
thong.
that Masters green jacket thong.
Yeah, but that's not political. That's
The
not
California
politician
flag,
enough.
maybe?
He could mix it up. He could do a little sizzle, fizzle, televizzle.
What is that?
That's bling bling talk. You wouldn't understand.
You know.
Bromo.
What?
When you run for governor in a thong, what will you stand for?
I'll stand for outruling thongs on guys. That's my number one thing that I will shoot for.
You can't do that. That's unconstitutional.
Sure it is.
No, it's unconstitutional.
I'm governor of this, what am I governing for? San Diego or California?
Yeah, you're running for governor of San Diego.
Okay, if I'm running for governor for San Diego, I will outlaw...
He's a shoo-in.
I'll outlaw
He's a natural politician.
Listen, this is my number one campaign. Oh, like everybody am. My number one promise as governor of San Diego will to outlaw all thongs on dumb? I'm not dumb. And I'll tell you, the other guy I'll get is that guy that cruises around Mission Beach in a thong. I'm smart, and I want he's out. I'll have my thong police go after that guy and get him out.
Oh, do me a favor and tell me if I say anything stupid.
I'm not stupid.
Tell me when I get boring.
Yeah. I hate that stupid tape. Oh, I'll outlaw that tape, too.
Well, you got to run.
First of all, I got a question.
I'll tell you what.
What?
I'll tell you what.
What?
If you run for governor and you get elected, you go right ahead and outlaw thongs,
Yes.
okay? Until then, thongs are legal.
Look, I have a question for you. When you try to be a governor, aren't there restrictions like you got to wear clothes?
No.
There's got to be.
No.
There's got to be.
No.
I mean, no. I'm sure they've had
No.
freaks and nudist camps try to run for governor.
I don't know. There's nothing against it. I want you to run for governor in a thong. He can't be wrong if he's in a thong.
It's a great slogan.
Think of the publicity our show will get.
Kidding. It'll be yet another wonderful thing you can do for us.
For the show.
Seriously, you know what? When people run for governor,
You know, the only reason you wouldn't do this is because 4 words. Lazy. Lazy.
I'm not lazy. I've never been lazy in any kind of work capacity thing that I do.
Then you got to run for governor in a thong.
I'll tell you what. If you get the amount of whatever it needs to run for governor,
we've got it.
$3,500 is a lot of money, dude.
Oh, we've got that.
We do?
Yes. So if we get all that, what?
Well, first of all, don't you have...
No. Finish what you're going to say. If we get all that, what?
Here's where I say, I'll run, and then you hang up on me. Click.
No, not necessarily. What were you going to say? If we get the stuff necessary, you'll do what?
I don't know how to be a governor.
Neither does Gray. It doesn't matter.
What do you govern? I mean, what's the first...
Are you going to answer? Are you going to...
Yes, I will.
What?
I will run for governor.
Bye.
All right.
Got it. Got it.
In a thong.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
Bromo's going to run for governor in a thong because
Excellent.
if he's in a thong,
He can't be wrong.
is that him? Is that him, Choco? Put him on hold. I'll talk to him. I finished the conversation because
Why do you always hang up on me, dude?
Because I was done with what I wanted.
You always jail wreck me and you hang up on me.
Jail wreck you?
You know what I mean. I'm in jail already, and then you hang up. Boom, I'm done.
Oh, do me a favor and tell me if I see anything stupid.
Shut up. Dude, what did I say about?
What's the matter?
First of all, you know what these people do when they run for governor? They make commercials, they make speeches, they go to people's house, they go to restaurants, they shake hands with people, they go all around, they do this, they do that.
Okay, what do you want from me?
How long do I have to wear the thong for? I mean...
As long as you're running for governor.
It's a short election. I mean, it's going to be...
Where did you get that?
It's a short erection, too, David.
Shut up, Boyer. That's one thing also, I'll outlaw all douchebag. I'm not gay. Nolan, you're not going to get enough signatures, so I'm not worried about it.
Hey, good morning. I was wondering if you could play maybe a Johnny Cash song for me.
Dad, I told you about 100 times we don't play country music here, all right? How about Boss Gags?
Well, you guys are just like Mark and Brian. I mean, you're really awesome.
That's the broadcasting school that did it for me, huh?
It's 3:01 with Dave Brand on San Diego Station for summer fun and 51-minute music hours.
Sweet.
The 51-minute hour. I like that.
Hey, you know, I don't control the liners they had back then.
Singing the World Class Rock, 101.5 KGB. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Is this Bravo?
Yeah, it sure is. Who's this?
This is Rich.
What's going on, Rich?
Hey, I was at that race on Saturday at Elkhorn Speedway. Man, that Boyer sucks. He'd have to suck to suck.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Thanks a lot, Rich.
Oh, God.
I'd like to hear that again. That's one of my red dots.
Yeah, hey, does it sound like I'm on the phone right now? I'm talking into my fist.
Seriously, don't you have to have credentials to be a governor?
Nope.
You don't?
Nope.
No. Don't you have to have, like, all kinds of schooling and...
Nope.
No.
Again, the answer is no.
All you have is the vote of the people.
Would you like to ask one more time?
Until they recall you.
No.
Well, I don't get it. That any move could be a governor.
That is correct.
And that's what we got.
Well, we'll see how far. I guarantee you won't get any
San Diego's World Class Rock, 101.5 KGB. Doobie Brothers, listen to the music. And you're hanging with CCR on the old grapevine. Heard it through the grapevine, as a matter of fact. This is the KGB. John Lennon, Imagine on San Diego's World Class Rock, San Diego's Classic Rock. This is 101.5 KGB CCR Bromo here. I swear, I thought for the longest time when I was growing up, they said, there's a bathroom on the right.
Oh,
Okay already. Okay
My
stomach.
Now you're giving me butt crack sweat.
Didn't need to know that.
He can't be wrong if he's in a thong. Run for governor in a thong. Crowd vote for me, darn it.
We could add so much of that. In a thong, he sings your song.
Gonna need all the thongs out on display today so I can choose the appropriate thong that won't offend either the Democrats or the Republicans.
Right.
I want a thong that's right down the middle.
You need a moderate thong.
A moderate thong.
Right.
Thong for the people.
When does this thing take place?
I'm thinking the Buzzy thong.
Buzzy
not
thong
that
is
thing.
great.
Not that thing.
Why?
That thing's gay.
Why?
And then you control the controls.
Right. I'd be lieutenant governor.
Yeah, you'll see me up there.
Oop, I lost him. Will you dial him back for me, Chucko? Steve, you're on the KGB. What's going on?
Dave, you dumb son of a bitch.
That's a fact.
If you run him as a Democrat, as far as I know, the prominent Democrats aren't going to run because of they're protesting the recall.
Right. I don't think... at this point...
At this point,
it'll change. But at this point, no one's challenging Gray.
The silly son of a bitch could win.
I'm telling you.
What would we do?
We'd have an awesome governor. Crud. Darn
You
it.
got to keep him in the thong, though.
Tell me if I govern anything stupid. Crud. Thank you, Steve.
Well, love your show.
I love yours.
Governor candidates go to people's homes and they have a little tea and they raise some money and, come have dinner with the gubernatorial candidate Abramowitz.
Mhm.
And you bring $500 a plate, whatever.
I think one day you should wear like a donkey thong
Oh, yeah.
for the Democrats.
And then the elephant.
And then one day for the elephant thong for the Republicans.
Yeah.
And then you could wear like a baloney thong for the Libertarians.
Perfect.
Aren't people supposed to sponsor governors? Don't they get money from, like, backers and stuff?
We've got the
We
money.
got money.
For you. We are your backers.
Mhm.
We're propping you up, dog.
Word. Televizzle. Sizzle whizzle.
Bling bling.
I don't know what kind of issues to talk about.
You'll be fine.
Neither does the real governor. It doesn't matter.
Or anyone running for that matter.
No.
You'll be fine.
What is there, a governor handbook that you go by?
No.
No.
It's basic economy. That's all you have to know.
I don't know much about economy.
Well, you're going to have to...
Neither does our real governor.
Some economy. You generate some money and then figure out how to spend it.
I know my economy. I got $2 in the bank.
Fine.
You'll be fine.
That's more
You
than the
fit
state
right
has.
in.
And that is more than the
Your
state has.
economics are perfect.
I don't know much about anything that...
He can't be wrong if he's in a thong. Oh, you know what? That's how we got to do it. I'll do the first part.
Okay,
you do the
okay,
second
okay.
part. He can't be wrong.
If he's in a thong.
I love it. Capture that, tape it, save it.
Isolate it.
Fred, hang on, I got a phone call.
Who's calling?
Mother
Teresa. Don't you dare put on a phone. Jesus is crying.
Jesus hates you now.
How about a Jesus thong?
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
Who was calling?
I don't know. I turned my phone off.
No. Don't turn off the phone on me. I'm a godly woman.
Jesus will ring through.
You're hanging up on Jesus when you hang on me.
Well, now we are going to burn in hell. But who cares?
Just now?
Well,
That was the
well,
one?
I guess just today.
Good grief. I would have thought it was the whole yakking on a crotch thing that put us over
That
the edge.
is not a mortal sin.
Are you
It was
sure?
An accident.
When you get to heaven, you ask the big man. I think he's going to give you the thumbs down
If
on
I go
that
to hell
one.
for that, then the guy's going too, because he was the one I think who grabbed the ears.
Sodomy law.
Okay, Bromo, running for governor in a thong. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Can't wait.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
There was natural enthusiasm for the office.
He is a natural.
San Diego's World Class Rock, 101.5 KGBL. Try reading it right, you geek. Elton John, San Diego's World Class Rock, 101.5. God, man, the levels are going to blow.
Elton John. Funeral for a goofball.
San Diego's World Class Rock, 101.5 KGB. LA Woman, The Doors on 101.5 KGB. It's Bromo hanging with you on a 2 for Tuesday. And the only thing worse than an LA woman is an LA woman who wears a Dodger hat.
Shut up.
Yeah, Dave, shut up. That wasn't. You guys shut up. Knock it off. F you. F you. Dave, she's right. F you. You dumb.
I'm not gay, damn it.
Here. Shut up, Ruthie. Dave, don't tell her to shut up. You stupid. Get your hair cut yet, you dumb son of a... The White Rabbit, KGB.
Just trying to hit the post. That's all he's doing.
I'm gay, damn it.
I know. Get Wayne to do the campaign theme. Be coming round the mountain. Chainsaw Sports is next here on the KGB. Listener Lex emails the show here regularly. DSC at 101kgb.com. Wants to be Bromo's speechwriter. He wrote.
Yeah, good one.
He writes. Bromo will put the goober in gubernatorial. That's fine. You're a speechwriter, pal. Here's the chainsaw. Good morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you, David, and hello again, everybody, in the sports world. The Padres rested yesterday, and they'll need it as they face the red-hot San Francisco Giants at Pac-Bell Park this weekend. Here's what happened yesterday.
The Submariner delivers and Bonds swings. A drive deep into left center. Way back there. The ball game is over. Barry Bonds throws out the go-ahead run at the plate. And moments later, he launches one. Goodbye. Happy birthday, Barry Bonds.
His 39th birthday with his 33rd homer, tops in the major leagues. Giants have opened up an 11-game lead over the Diamondbacks with their 8th consecutive win, 3-2 over Arizona yesterday. The Padres, meanwhile, can pull within 25.5 games of the Giants with a win tonight. First pitch, 7:15 on AM 600 KOGO. So what about all these rumors about the Padres acquiring Pittsburgh all-star run producer Brian Giles? The Pirates are losing money, some $10 million a year in their new ballpark, and looking to unload salary, and have been offering Giles up in a package deal with catcher Jason Kendall, who's terrific but comes with a $10 million salary right around in there. So
$10 million for a catcher?
Right in, yeah, 4 years, $42 million.
You got his agent's name?
So if the Padres want to inherit almost $20 million for 2 players, they'd have 2 excellent players, but not much budget left for a top-line pitcher.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it is. The trade deadline is next week, so we'll know soon enough if this will definitely happen or definitely not happen, unless they wait until the off-season, so it would be then that we definitely know if it definitely happens or definitely not happens. Prediction, we'll hear something today. Possibly
or we won't.
Possibly on this topic. Sammy Sosa homered for the Cubs yesterday, staking them to a 3-1 lead that did not last, as Cubs announcer Pat Hughes described, and sidekick Ron Santo lamented.
Now the 1-2 from Wood to Abreu. Oh, deep right. Back is Sosa. Sammy to the warning track. At the wall, leaping. That ball is gone for a grand slam. Oh, into the basket and right, and the Phillies lead 5-3.
Ah, geez, and they'd end up beating the Cubs 14-6 yesterday.
You know, Ron Santo has been dealing with that for over 40 years.
Yes, he has, David.
40-plus years, Ron Santo has been working with the Cubs.
They made the playoffs in 98, in 89, in 84, and before that it was
98 they made the playoffs?
Yeah, they had a one-game wild card game.
What's his name dropped the ball?
Brant Brown dropped that
Brant
ball.
Brown dropped the ball, and if I'm not mistaken, Ron Santo was there for that game as well.
Yes, he did.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, fly ball left field. Brant Brown going back. Brant Brown drops the ball. No! He drops the ball. 3 runs will score, and the Brewers have beaten the Cubs.
That would have clinched a playoff spot. Instead, they had
All
to
he had to do was
scratch it
catch a
out.
pop fly.
A pop fly. And instead, the Cubs had to scratch it out through that final weekend to qualify for a special one-game tied for the wild card spot playoff, which they lost.
That wasn't a diving catch, by the way. It wasn't even really like an over-the-shoulder catch. It was a pretty standard fly ball.
Just lost it in the sky. On this day in baseball history, July 25th, 1990. Anybody? Anybody?
Give me the date again.
July 25th, 1990.
We were a new little radio show.
Yeah, we were.
Roseanne.
I was there.
Mangled the national anthem at a Padres game, punctuated by grabbing her crotch and spitting to the ground, pantomiming what she thought was a playful imitation of a baseball player. And the fans loved it. The incident virtually destroyed her career. Her number one show ended a scant 5 years later.
It wasn't long into the anthem that the fans started booing her.
Turned.
The 15 seconds in, they're booing her. That's a full-course meal for the T-Rex.
A bad comedy choice.
What was he thinking?
Tom Werner?
Yeah. What was he thinking?
Well, he was the producer of her show. She was a big shot at the time. He thought it'd be a great idea, maybe for the seventh inning stretch, but the national anthem is just too precious to be ridiculed and lampooned like that.
It's astonishing that one guy could have thought that was a good idea, and no one around him said, not a good idea, Tom.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
Yet her show remained number one for another 5 years.
Well, sure it did, because that's where it's appropriate.
Yeah.
That's where the comedy is. Not on the anthem. Not in this town.
Naysayers were saying that would destroy her career. It obviously did not.
Oh, no.
Plus, it's a local thing. It's a national show. Right? I mean, how much?
It gained national notoriety, but it didn't affect her ratings.
No.
Lance Armstrong and Jan Ullrich finished together in yesterday's 112-mile stage, so Armstrong maintains his 67-second lead over Ullrich going into tomorrow's big time trial, something Ullrich smoked Armstrong in an earlier stage, but Lance was dehydrated that day, and right now he is feeling good and smelling his 5th consecutive Tour de France victory. Should be climactic, one of the closest finishes in Tour history. Meanwhile, in the National Bat,
Can't even get good help at the hospital now. They hire anybody, man. I stepped on a nail, had to go to the emergency room. You go to the emergency room, you need immediate care. What do they make you do when you get there? I waited for 3 hours, and this nurse comes out with this pissy attitude. How are you going to pay for this? Said, with my life if you don't pick up the pace. I'm bleeding like Ted Kennedy's liver. Could I get a Band-Aid, thank you? I don't want to say there's a long line in the waiting room, but the guy in front of me is being treated for a musket wound.
Basketball Association. My sources tell me Kobe Bryant has bought his wife a $4 million yellow diamond to match the $4 million purple diamond he bought last week, so they will match the Lakers' home and away jerseys. My sources also tell me that Kobe has his eye on a $4 million pinstripe diamond to match the jersey he might be wearing by this time next year.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah. In other sports, David.
Ask that guy passing you on eastbound 5.
It is 8:36 and 19 seconds, and this is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, my.
All right, when we come back, a major magazine rips off Dave Shelley and Chainsaw. Details coming here on the KGB. First, a traffic update. Here's Mark Sanchez.
Slowing on the coastline only through Cardiff on the south side of 5. South 15 looking good through Escondido. Minor slowing through Carmel Mountain Ranch. That's about it for the 15. The 8 and the 94, real nice. So is the 52. And got a car fire southbound on the 805 at Market Street off-ramp. One car on fire. The fire crews are on scene putting that fire out. That's southbound 805 on Market Street off-ramp. Vasily Giron takes on former WBC champion Ernest Mateen in a cruiserweight 10-round bout live at Pechanga Thursday, August 7th. It's a Fox Sports Net night of boxing at Pechanga off the 15 in Temecula. Get your tickets by calling 877-711-2946. I'm Mark Sanchez with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 101.5 KGB.
Well, GB, you're with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. Good morning, everybody. Goo Goo Dolls are on NBC this morning. The concerts that they do there at the Plaza. Yeah, I like the Goo Goo Dolls. They don't have a ton of songs, but I like them.
They're so hardworking, and they're like unaffected
right?
by rock and roll. Yeah, everyone who's met them or hung out with them or managed them always says what good guys they are.
Oh, that's cool. It's good to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing that I was struck by is the guy's playing in a tank top, and his guns are loaded with ink. He's just absolutely inked out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, how happy are you going to be with that ink when you're 45? Why do they always do that? How come an idiot like me knows this? You got Angelina Jolie blowing through town for Comic-Con, and she spent half of her time trying to get Billy Bob chiseled off her arm.
Yeah.
Why do these people do that?
I don't know, because I've never had such a commitment to anything that I would want to ink it on my body.
Yeah.
So I had a girlfriend who used to get the personalized tags to the station she was working for. I thought, what happens tomorrow when they come in and blow your head out of the water?
Let's go to Chucko. Let's go to Chucko, the younger generation. Do you like the ink on the Goo Goo Dolls like that?
I like ink.
Yeah. Well, you've got one yourself, but it's barely a tattoo.
A little tattoo.
Yeah, I have 2 little ones.
Yeah, but it barely.
Barely.
I've seen the one on your toe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like a stick figure of a daisy.
It's a plumeria.
And it's what?
A plumeria. For Hawaii.
It's like it's not even 1 inch.
No, it's not.
It's like a half an inch tall. I mean, you really got to go looking for that.
It hurt the most, though.
Now she got another one on her. I don't know what that's all about.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know, huh?
She did?
And you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it when we went to Trophies that day, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think it's probably an arrow or a bullseye or something like that for all her toys. But this guy's just got ink all up and down his guns.
I was just theorizing that women did that. I didn't know you did that. So.
Yeah.
It's a shooting star.
Uh-huh.
He's got the tattoos up and down all his arms. And like guys like Tommy Lee, I discount guys like that because he's nuts.
Yeah.
But this guy, the Goo Goo Doll guy, he seems like a regular guy. What's he going to be at 45 when he's got all this stuff all over him? I mean, and it's not like, it's like the real bright, like red and orange stuff.
Right.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Working at the shoe store,
Yeah, because how long are the Goo Goo Dolls going to be, doing concerts?
You better practice lines like, I'll see if I have that in bone.
Yeah. They're barely getting by as it is, aren't they?
No, they actually do fine, but they're humble enough that they take small venues, and they love to play so much that that's all they're ever going to do.
Yeah.
I guess he would work in a shoe store if he had to, but for the most part, he's going to play music. If he's not performing, if no one wants to hear him anymore, he'll be teaching.
They've only got about 5 songs, and they've been around for at least 10 years, haven't they?
I know. They don't have a lot of commercial success.
I mean, that's a song every 2 years.
But that's what I mean. They don't have a lot of commercial success, and yet you will see them plugging along and plugging along and plugging along because they love it.
You're on KGB. What's going on, Anthony?
Hey, Dave, you dumb son of a bitch.
What's going on, bud? I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Actually, I'm completely sleeved on both my arms and both my legs.
Yeah. You happy with that?
Actually, yes, I am.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, it'll change.
I want to hear from somebody who's 60 and got some tats in the Navy.
Well, you don't see people who are 60 who are all the way inked up. Guys who are like 60 and 65 are walking around with an anchor on one arm and maybe oorah, and it's like, okay, that's cool.
Well, no, it's funny because they used different ink back then than they do now. Like back then, they used what was called India ink, and so that's why when the sun hits them, they fade, they get smushy, and they bleed out.
Yeah.
So, but like I called yesterday, I'm the eunuch, and I yeah, and I even got on my little patch, I had a penis tattooed about 2 years ago.
Terrific. That's great. All right. Thanks, Anthony.
All right. Bye.
See you, but yeah, I think that
We give him special dispensation.
Sure.
No. In 20
don't?
years, no. In 20 years, he's going to hate it.
Yeah.
Except for the one.
Oh, well, it's
Down there.
yeah, that one, that's different. But I mean, his legs and his arms are 100% covered.
He's going to have to go to the gym to keep that tone, right?
Yeah, otherwise
it's something you're going to look at and you're going to go, why did I do
Yeah,
this?
exactly. And you can't predict how you're going to feel 10 years from now.
No. I can tell you how you feel because I've been there and now I'm here.
Right.
I'm an old man now.
But 20 years ago, you would have got a tattoo,
still
so
wouldn't have done it.
even we can't really say how we would feel
Yeah.
20 years from now.
But you don't see like 60 and 70-year-old guys walking around with all this ink. This ink is like a new it predates that generation.
This extensive amount of ink, yeah.
When you've got your entire arm covered, your whole arm.
Yeah.
It's a rarity to find anybody over, 40.
But remember that Bruce Stern movie called Tattoo? What was it with Maud someone?
Yes.
And he was a
Oh,
freaky
yeah, I got
guy.
it on
and he was-
DVD. I love the
he
selected
was-
scenes and the
Yeah.
deleted scenes
He was
portion.
tattooed all over.
But you also notice that the old tattoos were, like you said, Dave, a ship, an anchor, a message, a name,
Marine
a
Corps.
mom,
Hula girl.
whatever.
Right.
And now it's just sort of an abstract tribal thing.
And there's a lot of devil stuff that's going on. 20 years from now, you're okay, great, you're 25, you get that done. But 20 years from now when you're 45 and, you're trying to have a career and you got devil tattoos up and down.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Well, when you've pulled Mike Tyson over to your ranks, you might want to be careful about your hobbies and your pastimes.
What does that mean?
Well, he's gotten his whole face tattooed with something totally freaky.
Does he still have, I don't understand why these guys like to go, just get the stick-on kind.
Right.
Get the draw-on kind. Then you have them, but you don't
Right.
have to deal with them.
Right. Like Hula did.
My kids get stick-on tattoos all the time.
Yeah.
They love them.
That's fine.
Just do that. Then you're part of the whole rock and roll thing,
The other thing I thought was cool, and my niece loved this, where they're taking henna and dyeing their very, very white skin a couple of shades darker, but it's a vegetable thing and it wears off.
Yeah.
Madonna started it.
I played
Madonna did it for a day.
For a day, and then,
And then,
people in
and then
LA
looked at it and said, well, that's stupid. Go wash your hands.
Plus, it takes a long time to get it done, and it fades away.
I play basketball with a guy who is about 45, okay? And he's got this beautiful girl on his shoulder. I said, hey, who is that? He said, that's my ex-wife. Ooh, okay. How does the current wife feel about it? She's not real happy about it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, you're on the KGB. What's going on, bud?
Dave.
Dave. My son is
got-
gay. He's running for governor in a thong. Damn it.
I got a bunch of them, and I wish I could get rid of them.
How old are you?
38, and I have a 18-month-old son that thinks they're pretty cool, and he's like the last person I want to get them.
When did you start wishing that you didn't have them?
About 3 months ago when he started looking at them and picking at them.
Yeah. Just stuff changes. It
Yeah,
really
and-
does. I understand, when you're in your 20s, you want to do fun stuff like that, but just don't do permanent stuff to yourself.
Right. I mean, I was young when I got them, and it kept me from getting jobs.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
People look at it like, no, I'm not going to hire that guy.
Right, yeah.
So,
Just grow your hair long and, wear a
and to get a
scruffy
laser removed is $2,500.
You may be the most serious, hardworking, brilliant business executive out there, but I guarantee you, if you're loaded down with the ink, there are people out there who won't take you seriously.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, interview in long sleeves.
Some may take you seriously, but there are some who will not take you seriously. Yep. They'll be frightened by your appearance, and they'll think that you're a badass and you're a rebel and you're going to bring trouble to work.
How much scarring is there on the
church?
What is it?
Just even when I walk in the church, they all run away from me.
Yeah.
How much scarring would there be if you removed them?
Laser's not too bad. It leaves like a sunburn, but it's like $2,500 a tattoo, and I got like 10 of them.
Thank you, Dave.
I was commenting to Dave that I should have invested in laser tattoo removal clinics and hearing aids. Because that's the other thing, you got all the kids with the loud stereos. You damn kids with your loud music and tattoos. That would have been that's a big growth industry.
Does no one here think they've suffered some hearing loss from loud headphones?
What's
I
that?
know I have.
I probably have as well.
What?
Hi, Stacy.
Yes, sir. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 38 as well.
You are not 38.
Nice fake accent.
You are not 38.
Yes, sir.
You are not. You're 70. Come on, you are not 38. No one sounds like you at 38.
That's due to a lot of smoking. Also started smoking when I was young.
You sound like Uncle Joe from Petticoat Junction. Where are you from, Stacy?
Texas, sir.
Did you come here for the Navy?
No, sir. I actually come out here on a job to San Diego from Manassas, Virginia.
Did you get the job?
Yes, sir.
Way to go. How you finding life here in San Diego?
I love the weather. Hate the cost of living, love the weather.
Yeah. That's what everyone says, bud. So
you
what?
all got some real problems with the government out here, I understand.
Really? I didn't notice that. All right, thanks, Stacy.
I can tell from your program.
Well, you can run for governor, you know, if you want. You can go fix that.
I don't think I want to step into that big old mess.
No, that is a mess. I don't blame you. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, sir.
See you later, bud.
You too.
That reminds me of home.
All right, here we go. The cover story. Not just a little sidebar. The cover story in Details magazine deals with a proper etiquette for handling yourself at a urinal, guys.
Oh.
Gee, I wonder where they got that. This has been discussed at length on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And what have we told you about urinals?
There's no talking, and yet I heard a violation all the way over in the ladies' room.
Tell me what happened.
I can't do Happy's voice, but I hear...
Hey, babe! Morning!
And within the bowels of the men's room, I hear...
Nice.
Good morning, Jeff Prescott. All I can do is the Boyer voice.
That was me.
Oh, was that you doing hair?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Morning, Jeff Prescott.
You totally faked me out.
We've been peeing together in cities across this country
You
for
have.
over 16 years.
Right. So I guess you're allowed. Well, I thought I had a violation to report. Sorry, I don't.
Well, it is a violation.
Well, Details, the magazine, though they ripped us off, at least they did it properly and they got it right. They say there are 3 key questions. Where do you stand? Is it normal to peek? Does peeking mean that you're gay? Okay. Where to stand? You always take the furthest one.
Yeah.
Always. If someone's already using the furthest one, you leave as much empty space on both sides as possible. And that's only if there's everyone in the stalls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You never choose a urinal next to another guy if there's a stall open. You always go to the stall. Correct?
Absolutely, unless you're trying to hit on him.
Yep. There you go.
Well, no, I mean, I don't. I mean, I must...
Ooh.
I mean, if there's there's two stand-uppers,
Well, you
and then there's
tinker.
3 stalls in ours, and if one guy's in a stall, I'll go or in the stand-upper, I'll go to the next stand-upper. I don't care.
Ooh.
Not with you, though, Dave, because I know that is a very flinchy moment for you. So
You have done it with me, though.
Have I?
I've welcomed you in.
Okay.
I've been ready for attack.
Yeah.
And seen you enter the men's room, and I've invited you. Say, don't worry, I'm thawed out.
Yeah.
Come on in.
I don't want your freeze to last any longer than the commercial break.
Mm-hmm. But the other questions. Yes, intentionally peeking at the guy next to you means you're gay.
Well, that there is a guy next to you means you're gay.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're, peeing beside your dad or something. I mean, it's, you're not. But then you shouldn't peek either.
No.
No. You don't want to either.
No. But, if my dad shows up here at work, we're going to go to lunch, we could pee next to each other in separate urinals.
I thought this was the peeker,
He is the peeker.
the cupper, the clapper. I mean, I thought...
He is the cupper.
You screw one
And
goat.
the clogger.
I fake looked at Boyer a couple of times just
Fake look. You took pictures.
Took a photograph.
You took photographs.
Photographs
Yes, I did.
down under.
That's taking peeking to an art level.
Well, just because
Just because I did it doesn't mean that I did it.
I did it.
All right, then.
Definitely did it.
Embrace your peakness.
Well, I do in that case because he has such an acute phobia about it. It's just fun to push that giant button, if you will.
Well, it's not fun for the victims of the peaking, I'll tell you that.
Really, I also have a phobia about some guy dropping me to the ground and boning me up the poop chute.
Yeah, and I did that too.
I hope
Why don't you
wanna...
take that leap? That makes me the same guy. See, that's why he is so out there with this. It's fun to dick with him, if you'll pardon the expression.
I hope you don't want to violate that phobia too, kids.
Not gonna die.
So where do you draw the line?
I already have.
Saw it.
And I have never seen his private, except for when someone else on this show cajoled him into stripping naked.
What's the story you got for me, Chucko?
I ran into Chainsaw in the hallway one morning after he'd gone to the bathroom, and he told me how he spooked somebody to the point where he left.
Really? You freaked the guy out of going to the bathroom, huh?
What was that?
You were so proud of yourself, and then
I think you were telling me about it, too.
I didn't necessarily. I guess I did spook him.
Yeah, you told me about it, too.
I was in one of the stand-uppers, and a guy walked in and stood right next to me and tried, and I did not hear a thing. And you know if someone's engaged or not,
And
right?
you paid attention.
And I was listening, and I could tell this guy was struggling. And after about 30 seconds, he gave up.
Did he do a fake flush?
Fake flushed, zipped up, washed hands, went out. And I said, that guy faked it. That guy faked it.
I've done that.
So when I went out, I went around the corner, and I saw him walking down the hall away when I came out. And I said, that guy's going to come back. That guy is going to come back. So I hit around the corner, peeked around. He came back as soon as he thought the coast was clear.
Now I've done that. I've faked and left.
Yeah.
And it's a very distressing thing, I'm here to tell you. It's not fun at all. But that's his fault, the guy that you spooked, because you were already there.
I was already in.
What's his own damn fault? See, I don't care for it when I walk in and I just get an attack position and then some other clot.
But why wouldn't the guy that you spooked just go to one of the one-holers
Don't know.
down at the end? That's just
Can
stupid.
happen.
Don't know.
Wow. That's
See, I don't
bad.
have that problem. I can, I'm
I know,
ballpark
you pee
tested.
freely,
I can
I
just
know.
go.
Right.
All right, here's Nicole on the KGB. What's going on, Nicole?
Hi, I'm a victim too.
You're a victim.
I'm a victim.
What happened?
I live with an 84-year-old man, and he wasn't feeling well a few months ago.
Why were you
and-
with him?
Pardon me?
Why were you with an 84-year-old
I'm not. No. I'm not with him like that. I'm a roommate. But,
You room with an 84-year-old
well, no.
guy? Huh?
Yeah, like,
Party.
very. Oh yeah. Well, let me tell you, he has 2 pierced nipples,
Oh,
and it freaked me out when I saw it. I was not expecting it, and it just shirt off, and there
He's
it was.
84 and he's got pierced nipples.
I am not kidding.
You are a victim.
Yes, you don't want to see something like that.
That's nasty.
Mhm.
And you room with this guy.
Well, I mean, yeah, I help him out. He's not getting along so good, and
Well, he wants to tear a piece off you.
Yep.
I try not to think about that.
You going to throw him a shot
No.
Maybe one night after happy hour.
after one too many martinis?
No. Never.
Yeah, you say that now.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
the sweet liquor gets a hold of you. Thanks, Nicole.
Makes those nipple rings look good.
Yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Glad we could provide you with another month there, Details Magazine. We're going to get really brave and do an expose on crotch yakking.
This is the DSC at Night.
101.5
KGB.
It's back. San Diego's giant used car tent sale. Now through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon. Sponsored by San Diego Auto Connection and USC Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Steve Hodson, President and CEO of San Diego Auto Connection. And this weekend at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon, San Diego Auto Connection will have hundreds of vehicles, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all priced below Kelley Blue Book. And this weekend, San Diego Auto Connection has teamed up with USC Credit Union.
And I'm Linda Boffman, President and CEO of USC Credit Union. We'll be on site with special financing rates, free credit union membership, and friendly loan officers ready to make instant loan approvals. We'll help you drive away with the car of your dreams. I promise.
This weekend at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon, save on hundreds of vehicles. All makes and models. Your trade-in is welcome. Paid for or not. It's San Diego's largest used car tent sale. Now through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon. Take the Johnson Street exit off Interstate 8. Don't miss San Diego's giant used car tent sale at Parkway Plaza.
Hello, Kenneth and Jennifer. I am Simone, your wedding planner.
Simone is not a wedding planner.
Kenny, you are a strapping young man.
Thank you.
Okay, so about our wedding.
She doesn't care about the wedding.
How tall are you, Kenneth?
We're about 6'2".
Oh, delicious.
Yeah. She's an imposter. And here at the SBC Smart Yellow Pages, we'd like to remind our customers not to fall for that kind of stuff. Make the smart choice.
And are all the groomsmen single? Yes. And how many are there? 6. Excellent.
There's only one real SBC Smart Yellow Pages. It's the smart choice because it's the most used phone book around. Jennifer,
Hey.
honey.
Oh, Daddy, thank goodness you're here. Oh, hello, Daddy.
Is it any wonder more people use the SBC Smart Yellow Pages? Look for us online at smartpages.com.
Got a Yellow Pages in your house that's not the SBC Smart Yellow Pages? Never fear. The brand new SBC Smart Yellow Pages is being delivered right now. It's San Diego's most used Yellow Pages.
Ow. Oh.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Doug.
What are you doing?
I'm kicking myself. Ow.
Why?
Because I was thinking about this one stock for weeks.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. Oh. And then the stock went up, and I didn't get in on it. Ow.
How come?
Couldn't find enough unbiased research.
So open a TD Waterhouse account. They've got tons of independent research. Unless you're enjoying yourself right now.
Ow.
Open a brokerage account and get all the independent research you need at TD Waterhouse. In their August 2002 issue, Smart Money magazine said TD Waterhouse has research and services comparable to Schwab and Fidelity, but at half the price. Sign up and position your portfolio with a month of free trades. Call 1-800-TD-Waterhouse. That's 1-800-TD-Waterhouse or go to tdwaterhouse.com/radio.
So you're going to open a TD Waterhouse account?
Yeah, as soon as I can sit down again.
TD Waterhouse Investor Services, Inc., member NYSE, SIPC. Access to services and your account may be affected by market conditions, system performance, or for other reasons. Other conditions and restrictions apply.
To prove that you can't go wrong joining Club Bev at Beverages and More, we've challenged Tad, a 98-pound weakling, to join Club Bev and get whipped into shape. And into Bevmo he goes.
A strong gust of wind blows Tad right into Beverages and More. He quickly gets his free Club Bev membership and heads for the weights. Listen up, strong man. Beverages and More offers everyday low prices on beer, wine, and spirits. And Club Bev members enjoy even lower prices, up to 40% lower on hundreds of items every month. Tad agrees. He'd rather lift deeply discounted bottles of wine than those pesky weights. He'll stay a stick figure of a man, but every time Tad spends $250, he'll earn a 5% reward. Every time. Just try getting that at a grocery store. A healthy glow comes over Tad's face, proving once again that if Club Bev can make a 98-pound weakling physically fit, you can't go wrong at Beverages and More.
Join Club Bev at Beverages and More. This month's deals: BV Bozo for $14.99, a Club Bev savings of $7, or BV Sonoma Chardonnay, Club Bev price $9.99. $4 off Bevmo's everyday low prices.
One way or another, I'm gonna find ya.
Get to Mazda's zero-time event one way or another. Get 0.0% APR financing for 5 full years or up to $2,500 cash back on thousands of 2003 Mazdas, like Mazda Protege, Tribute, Truck, and the newest Mazda 6. You'll find 0% financing for 5 years or up to $2,500 cash back on Mazda MPV, Protege 5, and Miata.
One way or another.
One way or another, you'll save with 0% financing for 5 full years or up to $2,500 cash back on 2003 Mazda cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. See your San Diego area Mazda dealer for a test drive now. You've got zero time to wait. 60 months Mazda American Credit financing at $1,666 per month or $1,000 financed with 10% down. 0% APR only for well-qualified buyers. Not all buyers will qualify. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 9203. Mazda 6 models equipped with optional sport packages not eligible. Mazda Speed not eligible for 0% APR. See dealer for complete details.
And you're on San Diego's Classic Rock. This is 101.5 KGB. Hope you're enjoying DSC at Nights. Bromo here. Want to tell you what's going on this weekend. It is a Neil Young, Bruce Springsteen weekend going on. You need to be caller 10 when you hear the cue to call at 888-570-1015. Now, caller 10 wins a pair of tickets to see Neil Young on September 19th at the San Diego Sports Arena and a pair of tickets to catch Bruce Springsteen and his only Southern California performance on August 17th at Dodger Stadium. Pretty cool deal. That's going on all this weekend long. Neil Young, Bruce Springsteen weekend here on San Diego's Classic Rock, the KGB. Let's return to DSC at Night.
This is the DSC at Night.
Go to bed! 101.5
KGB.
So I took a little bathroom break.
Yeah.
I'm in the men's room.
Yeah.
I'm washing up.
Yeah.
Sanchez walks in on me.
Uh-huh.
And from around the corner where he couldn't see,
right,
Happy Hair goes, "Mount it!" Did you not know he was in there?
No.
You got so busted.
I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
I'm walking out as he comes in, and he goes, "Morning!" And without missing a beat, Happy Hair replies, "Bonehead!" And Sanchez stampedes me like the running of the bulls to get out of the men's room.
Love it.
I'm in there, taking care of business, and I'm retreating, pulling back, and Happy Hair walks in and goes, "So how'd it go?"
Ah.
I said, "It went good, Hair." "How'd it go, babe?"
Were you built for speed?
All right.
From the Kogo News Center, breaking news. Chris Boyer is the weirdest person in the Clear Channel building. Get the latest news 24 hours a day on News Radio 600 KOGO.
What else is happening in the news today, Shell?
Well, we're going to go first to Liberia, where there's heavy shelling in the capital of Liberia. At least a dozen people are dead. This is the heaviest burst of artillery fire since Monday, and it's bringing new calls for peacekeeping forces, mainly us. Men, women, and children were killed in the neighborhoods near the U.S. Embassy. Refugees are hemmed in there. One shell landed inside the compound, didn't cause damage, but more than 100 people are reportedly hurt. And President Bush is responding, ordering U.S. forces into position off the coast of war-torn Liberia. White House statement says they will help in the deployment of a multinational peacekeeping force made up of the country's West African neighbors. It's not clear, though, from the statement if that means American combat troops will be on the ground in the country of Liberia. Meanwhile, in Iraq, rumors are circulating that it wasn't the two sons of Saddam Hussein who were killed in a firefight with U.S. forces on Tuesday. That despite the U.S. distribution of photographs of the bloodied corpses, residents of Mosul already reportedly saying that the pictures are a fake. And the U.S. military morticians had to do some work anyway to partially restore the faces on the bodies of the two sons of Saddam Hussein. Each corpse had more than 20 bullet wounds. And then there's a guy that President Bush had
Have you seen it, by the way?
I haven't seen the full body. I saw the headshots yesterday.
Yeah, it's my Christmas card this year.
People don't look that pretty when they die.
No.
And especially in a firefight, and especially when you've got 20 bullets pumped into you.
That's nasty looking.
Very, very.
Oddly enough, it's nasty looking.
Interesting. So then President Bush had tapped in last May this guy to be Navy Secretary, and they found him dead. Oil man Colin McMillan died at his ranch in Roswell, New Mexico. He was 67. The mayor of Roswell says he died sometime around lunchtime yesterday. Body discovered by two employees. They don't know the cause of death yet. And here in San Diego, FBI officials say they did not have enough information to thwart the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. That is a response to a massive congressional report released yesterday. It says communications between two hijackers and a longtime FBI informant, although he claims he's not an FBI informant. Well, that might have given the FBI's San Diego office the best chance to unravel that plot. In testimony before the congressional panel, Steve Butler, former San Diego FBI agent who was the informant's contact, said that he learned the names of the two hijackers only in a passing conversation, and that was during the summer of the year of 2000. Meanwhile, some evangelical Christians are trying to derail Bush administration efforts to establish a Palestinian state. President Bush will be hosting the leader of Palestine, I think this weekend. So these so-called Christian Zionists believe that doing so would violate God's promise in Genesis to give the Jewish people the land of Israel. Many also see modern Israel as a fulfillment of Bible prophecy and a precondition for the second coming of Christ. Religious broadcaster Pat Robertson says Judea and Samaria were given to the Jews by God, and they're not alone. A new Pew Forum poll finds 44% of Americans... Pew, P-E-W.
Pew.
I guess like a church pew. I don't know.
Change your name.
I know it. But 44%...
I wonder if Pew was met Poo Holes.
You would think the two would go naturally hand in hand, David.
You know why I could never be president? This whole thing you're talking about, Palestine, and then... Whatever. That'd be my official response. Well, Mr. Rickers, what is your position on the problems in the Middle East, particularly with the establishment of a Palestine state? Whatever.
Well, that'll get you elected. So these Pew Forum guys found that 44% of Americans believe that God gave the land of Israel to the Jewish people. 36% view modern Israel as a fulfillment of Bible prophecy about the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, that's an easy fix problem right there.
Oh, yeah. Work on that.
How many people are voting for president, by the way, based on his plan on the Palestine state? Serious. I think I can stand up and say, do you care about it? Neither do I.
Maybe some Palestinian Americans, and that's about it.
Well, they're here now, obviously.
Right.
So they don't care about it.
No, I think they still care.
Yeah, well, then why'd they come here?
for a better life, not to be shot at.
There you go.
Right.
Look, I'll make your life better here rather than someplace you don't live. Why would I do that?
Well, people are always concerned, though, about, I don't live in Oklahoma anymore, but I'm concerned about things that go on there.
Certainly the Jewish electorate would be very, very interested in someone's Palestinian policy.
Absolutely.
Who's that?
The Jewish electorate would be very interested.
Who's that? I don't understand what you mean. You're using words I don't get.
The Jewish electorate?
Voters.
Voters?
Voters.
Oh, yes, some will, but how many?
Oh, I think
quite a few.
Lot.
That's their homeland. That's their territory. That's their...
You mean they were born there?
No.
But they're very acutely loyal to the Israeli cause.
What do you
I
care
disagree
more
with
about?
you.
What do you care more about, Chicago or, I don't know, Miami?
Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was born there.
Right. And
Jewish people weren't born in
their
Israel.
families were born there, and there's a tie there that we probably don't understand. Unless you decide to go live in someplace abroad, you still would have that tie to the United States.
I don't agree with you, Shelley.
Al Roker looked better when he was fat. He looks gaunt now. Have you noticed?
That happened with my father-in-law when he went on that all-protein liquid diet and he lost all his weight. He didn't look right.
Did he lose all his weight? Because he was a big boy, wasn't he? Jack was pushing 3.
Still is.
Oh, my God.
This was 15 years ago.
Okay.
15 years ago. He went down to like 180, 170, something like that.
Wow.
It just didn't look right. Just doesn't look right. Well, yeah, the minute you go off that liquid diet and you go back on the pork chop diet, it comes right back. Yeah. Well, in case you're wondering, that is my official stance on that.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Not like I understand it.
Well, something happened on Capitol Hill, and I think eventually it might make prescription drug costs go down. So if you're not on prescription drugs, you won't care. But it turns out we might get lower-cost prescription drugs that are made in other countries. There was strong opposition from the White House as well as the drug industry, but the House has voted yes to drug imports. The Senate gets the bill next. Critics, though, fear unsafe drugs could flood the country, and probably pharmaceutical companies will lose some money. And House Republican leaders say their newly passed Head Start overhaul legislation will raise standards for children and their preschool teachers. It passed by just one vote. Democrats say this destroys a program that's helped America's neediest children. Debate on that Head Start bill now moves to the Senate. Here in California, our state schools are not faring well under a new federal law pushed by President Bush. About 70% of California schools failed to meet these new standards. The federal law requires every child be proficient in math and English by the year 2014.
What a crazy idea.
Well, how do we get the money to do that? Those are those unfunded mandates that I was telling you about yesterday.
Well,
but let's move on because it's only going to make us angry.
Let's just give up then.
How much money can you throw at the schools?
Let's just move on to another. Let's talk about our credit rating here in California.
Okay.
Already the worst in the country, and now it's been lowered to near junk bond status by one of the nation's top credit agencies. That's Standard & Poor's. They cited our state's pending gubernatorial recall election and delays in adopting a new state budget as reasons for the downgrade. Our state treasurer estimates that the downgrade will cost us, the taxpayers, $1 billion over the next 30 years. But there is good news. Leaders of the state assembly will review a budget proposal today from the Senate. They call it a compromise plan. It aims to break the 24-day stalemate over spending and taxes. The Senate hopes to vote on the $100 billion budget proposal this Sunday. Finally, maybe we'll get something going.
This new budget? Mm-hmm. No new taxes.
Well, they tripled your car tax.
Except for that one.
Yeah. Except for the illegal tripling of the car tax. There's only that one.
But there are no new taxes in this new budget.
And the date is October 7th. The date has been set. Counties across the state left scrambling now to pull off an election in only 10 weeks. This will cost the state and counties millions of dollars. But a familiar name has surfaced in GOP circles where party leaders are looking ahead to our October vote to recall the governor. It's none other than Jack Kemp, a vice presidential wannabe in 1996, now being mentioned as possible replacement for Governor Davis, or at least they want to put him on the ticket. They're talking about
Is he a
it.
California guy?
He was born and raised in Los Angeles, graduated from Occidental College, and quarterback for the San Diego Chargers. He might be a natural for this.
But don't you have to live in the state that you want to be governor?
He owns property in a town in California.
So does that count? Must.
Well, it must, because if the Clintons can move to Chappaqua so that she can run for senator there, a place they've never lived before.
I understand that, but you know how this stuff works. You have to live
Right.
there for a certain amount of time.
Right.
Well, to run for governor in California, you have to have your paperwork done in like the next 15 days.
So we'll find out if
So,
he's going to do it or not.
Maybe just owning property qualifies you because he doesn't live here.
We don't know if he's considering or not, but they've brought his name up.
Well, you'd think someone right away would say, do you qualify?
I would imagine that's why they brought his name up. But again, I'm only imagining, David.
Here we go. We're imagining the news again.
That's right. Hey, we were going to get a new head lawman in our parts. It's San Jose Police Chief Bill Lansdowne. He might be our next top cop. They'll decide in the city council this Tuesday. He says that if he's approved, he wants to make San Diego the country's safest city within 2 years. Lansdowne would succeed David Bejarano. He resigned as chief in April. He is now U.S. Marshal for Southern California.
You know, I got to bring up something here that I was appalled at when I saw it. You know how when you're driving around town and you're in and out between the suburbs and stuff, and do we say suburbs here in Southern California?
I've said that, sure.
We do? Okay. You know how you'd be driving around and maybe you'll be like over in Santee for a little while and then you kind of leak your way back into San Diego and there will be a sign that says San Diego on it. Do you know what the slogan on it is?
I don't. America's finest city?
No.
Don't
Does
know.
anyone know what the...
live.
No? It's very small. It's hard to read. But, you know, I don't live in San Diego, but I drive into San Diego every day, and I see the sign every day. It says something to the effect of a city or a town worthy of our affection. What the hell is that? What happened to America's finest city?
Don't know.
That's a great slogan,
Yes, it
even
is.
if it's not true.
Anymore.
What do you mean?
It's true to us.
I think at one time we were voted America's finest city.
Yeah, by some group. Okay, well, guess what? I vote yes, America's finest city. It's a slogan. Big deal. It doesn't mean it's true. World-class rock. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. What is this? A city worthy of our affection?
What?
That's
That is the lamest slogan. And there's your government, your politics at work. That's the city of San Diego getting together.
Thank you, Mayor Dick.
And saying, no, America's finest city, we don't like that. Let's go.
That's just old.
Oh, lame. Absolutely lame.
I was so happy that when I left Oklahoma, all the license tags used to say, Oklahoma is
It's okay.
Thank God they changed it.
It's all right.
Just okay.
That's what Illinois was. So-so.
Illinois is ill.
Iffy.
But doesn't it beat famous potatoes?
That's what we used to condemn DJs we didn't like when we worked in Phoenix. We'd say, in 6 months he'll be working at a place where his license tag says famous potatoes.
Is that what Idaho says?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do we say here in California?
The Sunshine State.
No.
That's Florida.
That's Florida.
Oh. The Golden State.
It's not on your license plate.
It says sesquicentennial, 150 years.
That's right.
Oh, fancy. How many years ago was that?
2 or 3.
150.
It doesn't say anything on a regular California license plate, does it?
Dated anyway. It was 1851.
It just says California. It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, not that I recall.
No. All right. A town worthy of our affection.
What a
Home of the
pile.
pussies.
Oh, God. What was wrong with America's finest city? That's a great slogan.
Yes, it is.
No.
Put it on the cop cars, put it on the fire engines, put it on the signs.
Mm-hmm.
It's badass. It's an in-your-face kind of.
I'm with you.
I love it. Anyway,
That's why I moved here. It was America's finest city.
worthy of our affection. Good Lord.
Pish posh. Let's move on to Kobe Bryant. Prosecutors may have their work cut out for them. Police at the University of Northern Colorado say Bryant's accuser was hospitalized as a danger to herself in the months before the alleged assault. Here's legal analyst Craig Silverman. He says the prosecutor may already have a plan to explain the alleged victim's possible suicide attempts.
He said he knew before filing.
Is it Donald Duck?
He said he knew before filing about the overdose in Eagle County. Now it will be an interesting question whether he knew about the overdose in Greeley.
That's the new revelation.
Deputy DA Goofy could not be reached for comment.
A former roommate of the alleged victim says she attempted suicide last winter and again in May. Now, Silverman says, oh, yes, we get to hear more from him. He says this information will help Bryant's defense, but the prosecutor may have some strong evidence of his own.
Bruises,
Weird sounding voice.
bruises, there could be tears, there could be clothing that's a problem, there could be witnesses in an adjoining room that maybe heard her shout out for him to stop. That would be some explosive evidence.
That's right.
That would be. If someone had a tape of her saying, hey, Kobe Bryant, stop raping me
Right.
already, will you? That would be explosive.
That would be, David.
Yes.
Now back to the suicide. Silverman says, of course this will help Kobe, but don't count out the prosecutors.
We know the defense has these explosive things that they can use, so you have to presume that the prosecutor, who doesn't want to lose the case, who knows he has to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt, has some dynamite of his own.
Okay.
Still, Silverman says the defense has a big job ahead.
Their number one task is to give the jury some reason to understand why this woman might have made a false allegation of rape. And understand the defense doesn't have to prove why she did it. All they have to do is create the reasonable doubt.
All right, so please speculate as to why this woman would accuse Kobe of such a crime.
If there is a country
Sir.
that has committed unspeakable atrocities in the world.
Stop it.
It is the United States of America.
Well, no kidding. This points to mental instability. And when you boil it down, that's the number one reason why a woman might make a false allegation of rape. Something's going on in her mind. She's mentally unstable.
Cuckoo! Why don't you just say that?
Why don't you just stand up and go, cuckoo? Come on.
If you can quote a little Beatles music for me.
Oh, by the way, the woman we saw on the internet, her family claims that's not the accuser. She was also a cheerleader, but they've gotten the wrong girl.
Whatever.
Yeah.
On board at KGB. Second part of the news still to come. Chainsaw with sports. Get you into the weekend. The Padres, we believe the Padres are preparing a bombshell announcement. And the Chris Boyer featurette. It was round, it was glistening, it was thrust deep into her glory hole. Yesterday, the Q-tip was invented.
Oh, hang on, I gotta write that down.
It's all coming up before we take off for the weekend here on the KGB San Diego.
All right, here's the plan.
Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw.
CSC at night.
What kind of moronic plan is that?
San Diego's world-class rock.
I think it's reality programming.
KGB. Today on KGB, we look at the number 8.
On the 8th day of the 8th month of the year, the Eagles fly into Coors. So we had an idea. Saturate our 8 straight with 8 Eagles tunes. And caller 8 can confiscate 8 tickets to the show. Now you'll take many a mate to the gate so you can all congregate with your date to see the band many would rate as absolutely great. Remember, the show starts at 8, so don't be late. And if you see Bromo at the show, perhaps he'll masticate.
No, wait, dude, I'm not going to masticate at the Eagles concert. That's gross.
8 tickets to caller 8 when we play 8 straight of the Eagles. 101.5 KGB, San Diego's classic rock. 101.5 KGB is your concert connection.
He's been called the Motor City Madman, and he's coming to San Diego. 4th and B presents rock and roll legend Ted Nugent appearing at 4th and B Wednesday at 8 p.m. Appearing with Ted Nugent, San Diego's own Sirens Wail.
Give you one more life.
Don't miss the Nuge Experience live in concert this Wednesday at 4th and B, 8 p.m. Tickets available at the 4th and B box office and all Ticketmaster outlets. For more information, want to charge by phone, call 619-231-4343 for Ted Nugent, Wednesday at 4th and B. And be sure to catch Procol Harum at 4th and B this Tuesday for their Harem's Wells on Fire tour.
Sam, I've got double vision. It's driving me crazy. I mean, happy. What? Look over there at McDonald's. Do you see it? 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 for $2.22.
Dave,
listen. Wait, Sam, look, there's another one. 2 quarter pounders with cheese, again, 2
for $2.22.
Yeah, you got a 2?
No. And you're not seeing double.
What?
It's the McDonald's 2 for $2.22 deal. Let's go in.
Okay. The McDonald's on the right or the left?
Oh, boy.
Limited time offer. Price and participation may vary. Breakfast served during breakfast hours only.
And the Speed Swim winner is Betsy Bremmel.
Thank you, and good day.
That's it?
My folks are taking me to McDonald's for Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots?
Dippin' Dots are deep, frozen, colorful beads of real ice cream, about $2,000 a cup.
Oh.
Tropical tie-dye, vanilla, chocolate, or banana split. Creamy, crazy fun. The award's great, but...
Dippin' Dots are more important?
Okay, fine. Thanks, Coach, for believing in me, my parents for their support, and McDonald's for Dippin' Dots.
Good gravy.
No, Dippin' Dots.
At participating McDonald's.
Surf meets surf down at Old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train, take a car. There's a smile on every face, and a winner in each race. Where the turf meets the surf down at Old Del Mar.
This Saturday, July 26th, all the big kahunas will be out at Del Mar. It's our beach bash in the infield with surf exhibits, surfing celebrities, and a free concert during the races by the English Beats Dave Wakeling. Presented in part by Coors Light. Beach Bash Saturday. Just another reason why Del Mar is as cool as ever.
Down at Old Del Mar.
Del Mar is a proud member of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Go, baby, go.
It's back! San Diego's giant used car tent sale. Now through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon. Sponsored by San Diego Auto Connection and USC Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Steve Hodson, President and CEO of San Diego Auto Connection. And this weekend at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon, San Diego Auto Connection will have hundreds of vehicles, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all priced below Kelley Blue Book. And this weekend, San Diego Auto Connection has teamed up with USC Credit Union.
And I'm Linda Boffman, President and CEO of USC Credit Union. We'll be on site with special financing rates, free credit union membership, and friendly loan officers ready to make instant loan approvals. We'll help you drive away with the car of your dreams. I promise.
This weekend at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon, save on hundreds of vehicles. All makes and models, your trade-in is welcome. Paid for or not. It's San Diego's largest used car tent sale. Now through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Parkway Plaza in El Cajon. Take the Johnson Street exit off Interstate 8. Don't miss San Diego's giant used car tent sale at Parkway Plaza.
Musicians get the biggest savings and the best deals of the year. Save 50, 60, 75% and more on guitars, drums, keyboards, recording, PA, DJ, and accessories. It's Guitar Center's 39th anniversary extravaganza. Enter to win for a chance at $1 million rock star salary. Party with Sammy Hagar in Cabo. Hang with the Roots, Hoobastank, or Pete Yorn as a VIP guest. Or win a shopping spree. It's Guitar Center's 39th anniversary extravaganza. Don't miss it.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
DSC at night.
KGB.
We're on a KGB, Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Radio Show. What else is going on today, Shell?
Well, I thought since Hoofy is not able to be with us, I'd just go over some of the big movies that are opening. Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, starring celebrity super friend Angelina Jolie in her all-natural 36C bosom. This time, Lara heads to a sunken underwater temple to recover a mystical artifact known only as Pandora's Box. It's stolen from her, and we get to spend the rest of the movie watching as she jiggles her all-natural 36Cs while sexily preventing bad guys from destroying the world.
You seem to be doubtful of her breasts.
She made such a big deal that they are now C's and not D's, which was in the movie before. The first Tomb Raider, her breasts were digitally enhanced to be at 36D. And so this is all natural 36C.
Got it.
And then there's Spy Kids 3D Game Over. The kids go inside a virtual reality video game to save the world from Sly Stallone. The little kids are also parented by Antonio Banderas. He's one of their spy parents, and some Carla chick I've never heard on. George Clooney is their spy boss, and Ricardo Montalban as their spy grandfather. And then there's Tobey Maguire with Jeff Bridges and Chris Cooper. They run for the roses in Seabiscuit, opening today in theaters everywhere. Here's our own Clear Channel Bob Sandler with a first look.
Seabiscuit is a triumphant Depression-era story about three men and an undersized yet feisty horse, an uplifting and heartfelt ride that will carry you right along to the finish line. Seabiscuit was no ordinary horse, and the three men who owned, trained, and rode him were as different as can be, yet, like the underdog champion horse they were attached to, they all had a lot to overcome, and they all beat the odds. The perfect cast includes Jeff Bridges as the millionaire auto dealer who retreats into himself after the death of his son, Toby Maguire as the too-tall jockey whose parents abandoned him, and Chris Cooper as the trainer who, with the coming of the automobile, sees his way of life in the West disappearing. Together, they passionately gallop to the heights of public acclaim throughout the 1930s, when America was in one of its darkest decades and looking to snap out of its depression. That a horse could do all that is what Seabiscuit is all about. You don't get to see the horse until almost an hour into the film as writer-director Gary Ross intercuts the stories of the three men against the backdrop of black and white photographs filled with unemployment lines and soup kitchens. But when everyone hitches up, the underrated Seabiscuit captures the country by storm. Seabiscuit races to the winner's circle. Bob Sandler, Clear Channel News.
That's just like the hoof was here.
Yes.
And then the horse comes out and wins.
Good morning, Chris, but I digress.
Back to me, please.
I'm glad I could provide that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it does look kind of like a cool movie.
Oh, it looks so great. This is one of the few that I might go to a theater to see.
Yeah.
It looks really fabulous.
There's a new movie coming out, too, and I don't know when it comes out, about these guys who race on horses across the desert, and it's just a race, but they race across a desert that's like freaky haunted.
Right.
I think they call it the Sea of Fire, the Ocean of Fire.
Ooh.
And when the preview started, I thought boring, and I was almost convinced to go see it at the end of the movie. The effects in it are huge. It's very cool.
Based on a true story, it said, too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, which I find hard to believe because they showed stuff in it like raining sand and stuff like that.
The Arabian desert, wasn't it?
I don't know. It's a desert. Who knows? But it looks cool. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to go see Seabiscuit.
And Freaky Friday. Seen it. It's cute.
Cute. Well, it's fun. A lot of people want to hear Ozzy Osbourne's life story straight from the horse's mouth, but he can't remember it. He says, quote, they want to do a book on me, but it's going to be the thinnest book in the world. It's going to be like Ozzy was born December 3rd, 1948, and today he's got this effing Sobe energy drink.
Well, like Ozzy's fans can read anyway.
He says, I have to go back to periods of my life and find people who knew me at the time and find out what I was like. It's like one incredible adventure for me, exploring my past.
He just won't die, will he?
No. He's here to stay. And 36-year-old Paula Jones, remember her?
Sure, penis nose.
Yes. Well, she got it fixed, but she's pregnant.
She got it circumcised.
Yes, she did. And now she's going to have a third little child. It'll be her first kid with her husband, Stephen McFadden.
I didn't do it.
She married him a little less than 2 years ago. Before marrying and impregnating Paula Jones, this guy, Stephen, was her neighbor. And also Paula is currently suing someone else, that rich developer type, Abe Hirschfeld. He promised her $1 million check if she'd drop her sex harassment suit against Bill Clinton. She didn't drop the case. She settled it, but Abe never paid her.
I would have
she
taken
thinks-
that.
I know. She thinks she's entitled to the $1 million still, and that's not the deal they made.
Oh, he only promised her $1 million?
If she drop it.
Oh, I thought it was $100 million or something.
But she only got, I think she got under $1 million from the Clintons.
Yeah.
They had to pay her like $750,000, so she's looking to cash in on that, because God knows she must have spent a lot of money on that rhinoplasty. Do you know who Jack White of the White Stripes is?
No.
Well, he's been in a car wreck recently, fractured his finger, and it wouldn't even matter if we didn't know why the accident happened, and now we do. There is a rumor going around that at the time of the accident, Jack was receiving a from his girlfriend, Renee Zellweger.
Oh!
And the accident caused the airbags to deploy. Oh, good God, what could have happened there? It appears Justin Timberlake has hooked up with an angel, Charlie's Angel. People magazine reporting Timberlake and Cameron Diaz have been hanging out and canoodling. Turns out she went to his show in Orlando, Florida on July 15th, and People quotes a source at the club as saying the two were all over each other, cuddling, canoodling, and making out. Also were spotted at a restaurant with a bunch of people, including Justin's mom. A source at the restaurant says Timberlake and Cameron could hardly keep their hands off each other long enough to eat. And Course of Nature singer Mark Wilkerson has had his first dance planned for his new bride. Do you know who Melissa Joan Hart is?
Sure.
She's the teenage Sabrina, teenage witch. But they practiced this dance, and they didn't take into account that she had this long flowing gown on. So here at their wedding, they're going to do their first dance, and it's all choreographed. So he's like dipping her and swishing her around, and it's to Never Tear Us Apart by INXS. And it turns out they just couldn't get the dress to go. But you can see it yourself in a 6-episode series called Tying the Knot, The Wedding of Melissa Joan Hart, premiering July 27th on ABC's Family Channel.
I have a comment to that.
Ruthie channeling through you.
So I'm going to do 6 episodes
I know.
of watching Melissa Joan Hart get married.
Has TV come to an all-time low, or is it just me?
That's awful.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's what you're putting on to entertain, to try and garner an audience? What?
Don't ask me.
Actress Kate Winslet and her new husband, actor Sam Mendes, are expecting their first baby. She'll give birth around January. She already has a 3-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. She was married back in May to this latest guy. They're currently vacationing in Italy. Folks at an upscale Salt Lake City mall got quite a scare Wednesday night. It seems a 1,600-pound bull got loose from its handlers at a nearby rodeo. Let's talk to cowboy Bud Kirby, who says the bull just took off.
We had just bucked him. You know, we had just used him. He'd throw the guy off and came back. We put him in a corral with 2 other bulls, and he didn't stay there. He decided he wanted to leave.
The 1,600-pound bull is named Fear Factor. It got loose, and Kirby says they were lucky nobody got hurt.
It looked like it was absolutely got to be really bad. You know, there's people all over everywhere down there. This bull is mean on top of, you know, he's a mean bull to boot.
Like there's some nice ones. Cowboy Virgil Nevis says it could have been a whole lot worse.
It worked out really good. Nobody got hurt, and the bull didn't get hurt. Bull's fine. So
oh, good.
Everything goes on.
Beth and I were going to a restaurant the other day, just like a little kind of diner cafe kind of place. And right on the door it says, you know, like no animals, no dogs,
right,
no horses. And so I walked in. I'm like, what's the deal with no horses? Couple nights ago, apparently, this was some time back, some guy got all liquored up and went out to his horse trailer and rode his horse into the restaurant. Yeah. And the horse fell down.
Well, the bull fell too. It goes careening through the
Those tile
shopping mall.
floors, they don't do well on that.
And then it jumped off a balcony and landed on a table 20 feet below.
You know, imagine what could have happened to the people or the animal inside these places.
No kidding.
Guy gets drunk and rides his horse into a bar.
And horses aren't used to people screaming and yelling and running and throwing things.
No, you don't find too many horses in a bar because the bartender's always asking them why the long face. Thank you, Senator.
Because I broke my leg. Give me a shot.
The senator.
Wow, he hasn't come out in a long time. Finally this morning. We were so excited when the Hunting for Bambi video came out. Remember the girls who were running naked through the Las Vegas desert and guys were paying like $15,000 to shoot at them with paintball guns? Nothing more than a hoax.
Fake.
Fake. It is a total scam.
Now, what was the purpose of it? Do you know?
I guess he just wanted some kind of publicity for his paintball range.
I found it difficult to believe the guys were doing, not that they were doing it. I can understand. I know guys who would do that.
Sure.
But paying $10,000. There's no need to.
No.
Twatsky will run around naked in the parking lot of Cheetahs for you for $50. You throw a rock at her. $10,000. I don't think so. All right, Dave Shelley and Chainsaw with you. This is KGB San Diego, KGBB Temecula. Stand by, Padres, big announcement coming up next. Oh, hang on. Dan, you were there in the restaurant when the horse came in?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I sure was.
What was that guy just must have been so drunk.
Yeah, it was a bar in Poway up there. There's a little hole-in-the-wall restaurant up there, and 2 rodeo riders went out and stole their horse out of a girl's horse trailer and rode it into the bar.
And then it fell down.
Quite loudly, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, thanks, Dan. Gene Shalit does not like Tomb Raider.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if it got any ratings in the newspaper. I didn't see it. That's not really the kind of movie I'm going to go see.
Deal loved it.
He did?
Yeah, he gave it 3 stars. He said it is what it is, but it's action and it kept him entertained.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
She sure is pretty, though.
Absolutely.
Rotten Tomatoes, 26 out of a possible 100.
Not good. Here's Chainsaw. Good morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you, David, and hello again, everybody. In the sports world, excitement in the air, the possibility the Padres might acquire Pittsburgh Pirates all-star Brian Giles. It's on ESPN. The rumors are flying around here. Peter Gammon says the Padres have the inside track. A 300-plus, 25-homer-plus on-base percentage maniac, one of the best run producers in baseball, Brian Giles, which means he gets on base a lot, run producer, knocks him in and scores himself. 2-to-1 walks to strikeout ratio. Teams drool over this guy. So how in the world could the Padres get him if he's so darn good?
Because he wants to come here.
Well, that and the Pirates have been saying if you want Giles, you also got to take our 300-hitting, $10 million catcher Jason Kendall. I say $10 million. Let's just say he has 4 years left on a $42 million contract, so 10.5. We need a catcher. The Pirates are desperate to unload salary. They already sent Lofton and Ramirez to the Cubs. And they're losing $10 million a year, they say. Do the Padres want to go almost $20 million deep for 2 very good players? Will they have enough left to afford a top-line pitcher? If so, they could compete. The other question is, who do the Padres trade away? Nady? Minor leaguers? Pirates want Oliver Perez, but Towers doesn't want to give him up. Klesko and Nevin have no trade clauses. Rumors have it the deal is done and will be announced very soon. But we've also heard that Kobe's wife sold her $4 million ring to feed hungry children.
Yeah.
Not for sure yet. But wow. Giles and Kendall would be awesome additions, provided the Padres would still be willing to go after a big bucks top-line starting pitcher. This would be the biggest deal since the Padres acquired Cammy and Finley from Houston before the 96 season. That resulted in a division title. Then 2 years later, Towers got ace Kevin Brown in the World Series. How about get 2 studs and then 1 ace this year, all in one? Come on! Could you imagine Giles, Kendall, a new ace pitcher, plus Nevin, Klesko, Burrows, P.V. Lawrence, Eaton, a healthy Trevor? Bring on the Rockies. The cellar is now yours. We're in 4th place.
A boy can dream.
A boy can dream. Lance Armstrong and Jan Ulrich finished together in yesterday's 112-mile stage, so Armstrong maintains his 67-second lead going into the big-time trial tomorrow. Armstrong poised to win his 5th consecutive Tour de France. Former vice presidential candidate Jack Kemp is considering running for governor here in California. Did you know that Jack Kemp was the Chargers quarterback in 2 consecutive AFL championship games in 1960 and 1961, which we lost to Houston both times? Bob Dole, your thoughts?
My running mate, Jack Kemp, used to play for the San Diego Raiders back in the 1960s. San Diego Chargers.
That crowd is so fickle.
Trivia question. The Chargers won the AFL championship in 1963 with a 51-10 thrashing of the Boston Patriots at Balboa Stadium. Who was the Chargers quarterback that season? Jack Kemp, John Hadel, Tobin Rote, Jim J. Bullock, or Christopher Lowell? Anybody?
Christopher.
Tobin.
Tobin Rote is exactly right there.
Isn't that interesting?
Meanwhile, in the National Bell.
Well, I'm afraid to have sex with a woman today because they have these, fertility drugs, and it's amazing. I could get pregnant with these drugs, It's like they have like 19 eggs in them. What are you working at Denny's? Where'd you get those yolks? This lady in Iowa, she had how many? 7 babies? That's not a birth, that's a litter. They should be giving the family dog a DNA test, Hey, Fluffy looks exhausted. Imagine that, man. She had 7 babies at once. Her vagina must look like the front door of Chuck E. Cheese at closing time. Kids are just filing out. Whoa. 5, 6, 7. Where's the clown with the pizza? It's like a fire drill at a kindergarten. Look at these kids. Did you guys read about that birth? She had 7 different umbilical cords. 7 separate umbilical cords. Her placenta must look like the back of an entertainment center. The doctor's like, can I cut this? Does this go to the VCR, the computer, the television?
Basketball Association. The family of Kobe Bryant's accuser says the picture of the cheerleader circulating on the internet is not a picture of the accuser. Now we learn that the man accused of the crime is not Kobe Bryant, but an imposter. Because earlier in the day at a Vail, Colorado rec center, the man was seen passing a basketball to a teammate. Obviously not Kobe.
In other sports, David. Well, so what picture are we talking about? The one where she's standing next to that guy with the glass of whatever, champagne or whatever?
Exactly.
That's supposed to be a fake now?
That's supposed to be a fake.
Well, it's a friend of hers. She was a cheerleader with her or dance squad or something like that, but not her.
And there's also a picture of the entire cheerleading squad.
Right. So she's in there.
So which one is it? Or is it of the same year even?
Well, they said the woman she's being mistaken for has a similar first or last name. I don't remember which. And that's why the confusion.
And the woman she's being mistaken for is also a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
As far as I know.
Second, Shelley? Yep. It is 9:57. And
You don't know crap.
hey, this is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, Bob.
I'm afraid we're going to need another stool sample.
This is the DSC at night.
Not for medical reasons. My robot needs food.
1015 KGB. 1015 KGB is your concert connection.
A legendary sound. A revolutionary group.
Rock and roll.
Get ready for the long-awaited return of Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
You are like a hurricane. Be the ocean when it meets the
Coming to the theater at the San Diego Sports Arena, Friday, September 19th. Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Tickets on sale this Saturday, 10 a.m. at all Ticketmaster outlets, or charge by phone. Order online at cc.com or ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Neil Young and Crazy Horse. The theater at the San Diego Sports Arena, Friday, September 19th. The legend lives on. A CC Entertainment event.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you.
Get to Mazda's zero-time event one way or another. Get 0.0% APR financing for 5 full years or up to $2,500 cash back on thousands of 2003 Mazdas. Like Mazda Protege, Tribute, Truck, and the newest Mazda 6. You'll find 0% financing for 5 years or up to $2,500 cash back on Mazda MPV, Protege 5, and Miata.
One way or another.
One way or another, you'll save with 0% financing for 5 full years or up to $2,500 cash back on 2003 Mazda cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. See your San Diego area Mazda dealer for a test drive now. You've got 0 time to wait. 60 months Mazda American Credit financing at $1,666 per month or $1,000 financed with 10% down. 0% APR only for well-qualified buyers. Not all buyers will qualify. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 9203. Mazda 6 models equipped with optional sport packages not eligible. Mazda Speed not eligible for 0% APR. See dealer for complete details.
Hey, you know what that sound is, folks? That's the sound of savings at Bob Stahl Chevrolet in La Mesa. With the San Diego trolley construction literally on top of us, not only can you not hear, but we've got to move inventory off our lot and into your garage today. If you're interested in a Tahoe or a Suburban, they're discounted to move immediately. How about a Trailblazer or a Cavalier or even one of the full line of Silverado pickups? They've got to go too. In fact, every new and every used vehicle in stock is discounted to move them from this construction zone to your home. Don't miss this opportunity to get big discounts and up to $4,000 in factory rebates on a new Chevrolet from Bob Stahl Chevrolet in La Mesa. Help us with our trolley construction problems, and we'll help you construct a great car deal on the vehicle of your choice. Even with all the trolley construction, Bob Stahl Chevrolet is still easy to deal with and easy to find. Bob Stahl Chevrolet will be there alongside Interstate 8 and the trolley in La Mesa.
This helpful home makeover tip brought to you by Yamaha. There's no easier way to spruce up your home than with a new Yamaha motorcycle. Especially now that every Yamaha motorcycle comes with as low as 3.9% APR all the way till 2005. That's every Yamaha dirt bike, every cruiser, every sport bike, and even every Yamaha scooter for as low as 3.9% APR till 2005. So put away your tools and see your Yamaha dealer today to make your home the envy of everyone on your block. Offer subject to approval on Yamaha card through 10/31/03. 3.9% APR applies to any 2003 Yamaha motorcycle MHV until January 2005 if accounts concurrent. Thereafter, the standard rate 17.9% APR applies. Minimum finance charge $1. And San Diego's House of Motorcycles is overstocked with brand new Yamaha street and dirt, and we are dealing. San Diego's House of Motorcycles, 4904 El Cajon Boulevard, San Diego, on El Cajon Boulevard between College and Fairmont.
The DSC at night.
Hey, don't worry. You don't have to make up stories here. Save that for court.
1015 KGB.
Thank you, friends.
Smell it.
Can see the weekend from here.
Yep.
Now, to have you properly sent off to your weekend, we pause from the comedy and the interesting
Entertaining.
for the Chris Boyer featurette.
Right.
Not nearly as long or as good as a regular feature, and yet I don't know. Here's Chris.
Take it in. It's Friday, time to take a look back at the happenings this week in history. About 1775, a postal system was established by the Second Continental Congress of the United States. The first postmaster general was the same gentleman who graces the $100 bill and who flew a kite with a key attached in a thunderstorm. It's Benjamin Franklin. Franklin was paid $1,000 a year for his job as postmaster general.
Okay. He's dead.
Yeah, but he allowed you to mail order all those dildos without having to buy them and die of embarrassment.
Like that. He's dead.
1956, 52 of the 1,662 passengers and crew aboard the Andrea Doria died in a collision with the Swedish-American liner Stockholm near Cape Cod.
They're all dead.
Yes. Fewer people went to, make the...
It's an oral sex joke.
Yes, make me went down on joke here. 1847, Richard M. Hoe of New York patented the rotary-type printing press. How about this week in 1715, the first lighthouse in America was authorized for construction at Little Brewster Island, Massachusetts. It was this week in 1829, the first typewriter was patented. And in 1984, those pictures. Miss America Vanessa Williams turned in her crown this week in 84. It had been discovered that she had posed for nude Penthouse magazine photos. Williams, the first black Miss America, relinquished her title to Suzette Charles, the pageant's runner-up. Public enemy number one, 1934, notorious John Dillinger was gunned down and mortally wounded by FBI agents.
He's dead.
Yes, he is, in the Biograph Theater in Chicago, Illinois. 1873, the first train robbery in America was pulled off by Jesse James and his gang.
He's dead.
Yes, he is now. $3,000 is what they took from the Rock Island Express. And 1969 this week, with one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, astronaut Neil Armstrong, pilot of the lunar spacecraft the Eagle, made the first footsteps on the surface of the moon at 10:56 p.m.
Get a haircut, hippie.
Which foot did Armstrong use to step on the grainy grayish lunar soil? It was his left. And finally, we celebrate this great happening this week in history. The normal way wasn't good enough for those couples found in need. A woman whose topsoil could not foster the planting of her man's love seed.
Oh, God.
The eggs they harvest aren't in a hen house. It's more like a lie-down ovation. Then Daddy expresses his baby batter in a glass vial copulation. To be sized as such to screw a test tube may explain why the normals won't do. But the babies are made nonetheless. They just get a womb with a view. The first test tube baby was born in England this week in 1978. Happy birthday, Louise Brown. The first baby conceived outside the mother's body. That's a Boyer featurette here on Dave Shelley and Chainsaw on the KGB.
Chris Boyer's racing this weekend out of Cajon Speedway. What do we expect from you?
Well, the Sombrero Mexican Food Race Team will take to the track Saturday night, 6:45, the green flag. Come on out and join us at Cajon. Love to see you there.
All right, look for Diane Ray and Mojo Nixon. Next over most of this same KGB will be on the radio with you tonight for the Encore show, and then it's a best of the fruit of the works of Boyer and Abramowitz on Saturday from 8 to noon.
We'll start it off at 8. We'll do Make Us Say Wow, Chainsaw with sports. Plus, what are the great things you would do to escape having sex with your wife? And Emily making out with chicks.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Emily is taking a bet with Abramowitz. Yeah. We're either going to have Abramowitz in a thong or Emily is going to be making out with another girl on stage.
Win-win.
A reason to have a live show.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, friends.
8 to noon Saturday.
Great. Thank you, everybody, for your hard work. And thank you for hanging with us here on the KGB San Diego and KGB Temecula. Love your show.
More San Diegans wake up with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw than any other radio show. KGB.
Okay, copy. And Dave, we concur and we send our congratulations. Good work.